Back to another stream. I'm a bit all over the place today. I do apologize. It was the late start. I've got really temporary lighting at the moment. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad. But welcome back to another stream. Goodness me. What a manic start to the morning. If you know, you know. We do have potential early team news. I wasn't sure whether to share it or not, but do you know what? Why not? If I'm wrong, I get abused. If I'm right, then I gave you the team news when you wanted it. So my camera looks so weird with different lighting. Hopefully it's not too bad. I also feel like more of my body is on show today. Normally the camera stops here. What's going on there? Anyway, we're going to rock with it. We're going to rock with it. How are we today? God, it feels weird starting a stream at 11:30, but here we are. Baldy is better than the coronation. Facts. Facts. If you're here right now, you believe that as well. I can see my reflection in your face, Eggy. Nice, good start, Alex. Thank you very much. Good start to the stream. Oh, God. Your lighting looks fine. Thank you very much, FPL Pickle. Good morning. Early team news, Pog. Foden and Haaland start, do they? I don't know about Foden. Oh, how the mighty egg. Thank you very much. Hey, Ross, at 22k right now, for those chasing, what's the better transfer? Salah to Son or Salah to Foden? Son's going to start every game, but I prefer Foden. I love Foden. I'm a big Foden fanboy, both in real life and FPL, so I'm always going to opt for Foden. Good morning, Ross. Good morning, Claudette. Good morning, Frosty. Good morning, all of the regulars, if you are usually here. Right, we're just going to jump straight into FPL today. I'm wasting no time at all. I'm not going to waste your time with nonsense. Let's go and press that button. There we are. This is my team. I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest. I've not really thought about FPL a whole massive amount because I don't want to do stuff just for the sake of it. And as I said, my team's actually looking pretty decent. I don't see a massive amount of things that I desperately need to do with my team. So, I don't know. I think the only thing that would throw a spanner in the works is if Grealish is benched, I've got the option of potentially either doing Grealish to Foden, if Foden starts, or I can just play McAllister instead. I think arguably the smart thing to do is probably just to play McAllister. He is on penalties. He is on set pieces. It's Everton at home. And despite the fact that he was playing deep, he still had a couple of opportunities to get involved in the goals. So I feel like if Grealish is benched, then we probably just start McAllister. And then the other news is if Haaland doesn't start, then we can switch the armband. But yeah, I think Haaland does start. Is Haaland starting? So I'll share it with the massive caveat that it's much earlier than I would expect. Normally when you get early team news around the starting 11, it's like an hour before kickoff. Like an hour before the teams are released, so 2 hours before the kickoff. I've never got early team news like 4 or 5 hours before the deadline, so I'm a little bit hesitant, but yes, I will share it anyway regardless. Let's just... I mean, I don't know why I'm showing you the tweet. All the tweet says is that Haaland's starting. So the source that I've had that's helped me in the past, I don't know if you remember. I can't remember what game week it was. It was like in the middle of the season. There was one where Haaland didn't travel with the squad. He told me that like 3 days before that Haaland wouldn't, or 2 days before that Haaland wouldn't be traveling. Every time that KDB's been out, he's told me about that. My only hesitancy is he hasn't given me much starting 11 information before. So what he usually tells me is if a player travels, because he knows some. I'm not going to go into the details because I shouldn't, but he knows whether players have travelled or not. I've not got much starting 11 info from him in the past. So that's why I'm a little bit hesitant, and also it's quite early, but he's given me no reason to not trust him in the past. So if it's wrong, I do apologise massively, and it means for the future going forward, I will know not to trust starting 11 news for him. But I thought it's better to share it than to not, and to get apologies if it's wrong. So as far as I know, Haaland starts, but hopefully we'll get some definitive news before the deadline. To be fair, I'm not surprised. If you watch my team selection video, I said I think Haaland will start. I'm not overly shocked about that. It's just I feel bad saying it definitively because I don't know. Like, if I was the source, like if I worked at Manchester City and I knew for a fact, I would obviously tweet it happily. It's the fact that my source isn't the direct source. So he's been told by someone and I've been told by him. Like, it's just, it relies on a few people all telling the truth. So yeah, there's that. So we'll see. I don't have any other news, unfortunately. He said he'll ask around Grealish, KDB, and Alvarez and Ederson. So If he finds out anything else, then I will let you know. I'll be checking Twitter throughout. Obviously, Team News and Ticks, the guy that usually gives us information, will hopefully give us something as well. So it might be that we get something before the deadline from Team News and Ticks, in which case what I said is irrelevant because he has never been wrong. He's always correct. So let's see. My sources say Ten Hag is a fraud. Your sources are wrong because Ten Hag's the GOAT. Eggling Haaland starting. Here we go. Here's all the egg jokes. Have you heard the rumour that Pep wants to start Ortega so he gets a Premier League medal? I haven't, but I guess seems plausible. I'm pretty sure, though, a couple of years ago, they made a change that each club gets a specific set number of Premier League medals that they can give to like staff, players, etc. So I think they get given like extras. I'm sure I saw that somewhere a couple of years ago. So I think Ortega would probably get a Premier League medal anyway, but maybe. If I get news, this is the thing to discuss, chat. If I get news that Ederson doesn't start, do I just play Raya? Or I'm tempted to just do Ederson to De Gea. I know Bruno's probably the third best Man United asset. I'm just looking at future transfers. I don't think there's a week that I would want to bring in Bruno because I feel like there are other transfers that are more of priority. Next week, obviously, I've got a benching headache as it is. In 37, I'm really happy with my midfield. And then in 38, I think I would probably prefer... I think I would prefer an Arsenal midfielder like a Saka or a Martinelli. So I don't think there's a week that I would want... I don't think there's a week that I would want to bring in Bruno. And as a result, I guess I could just do Ederson to De Gea because he also doubles in 37. So that's a possibility for me if Ederson's leaked to not start. I guess we'll have to wait. Is there any news regarding Jota and Pascal Gross? I have both. Would you start one over the other? I haven't seen anything yet, any early team news. Ooh, Pascal Gross has been decent, but he's not on penalties anymore. He's probably playing either right back or defensive midfield if he starts. I would start Jota because I feel like I don't know if either will start, but Jota's got the highest ceiling, so I'll probably go Jota, Emma. If I see any news around that, I'll let you know. Lucas says, which two defenders? Shaw, Trippier, White. I would probably go... I'd probably go Shaw and Trippier. If it was at home for Arsenal... Although Arsenal are quite good away, aren't they? And White has been quite attacking. Oh, I saw Botman on there. I would probably go Shaw and Trippier. Maybe Trippier and White. I think I would... I don't know, because I've got Trippier on the bench. That's such a tricky one. Yeah, sure, I'm going to say Shaw and Trippier. If KDB is fit, would you buy him? I still think I would go Salah, probably, just because we don't know how fit, and Salah's just nailed on to start. He's still on penalties. Really good fixtures, too. Ross, do you know of a safe place for people who have double Manchester United defence and sold McAllister for KDB asking for a friend? I think you're fine. McAllister's not a... I don't know. I think he's still decent, but at defensive mid, he's not the option he was, is he? So I think you're fine without McAllister. Obviously, that doesn't help. That doesn't help you for game week 34. It doesn't help you for game week 34, but for this week, it'll be fine. Would you start Gakpo or Matoma? Oh, that's a tough one. I'd go Matoma. Matoma's been so close to hauling in recent weeks. Start Matoma on March. I would start Matoma ahead of all of your Brighton assets. Matoma's looks really good. It's funny because so earlier in the season, Matoma's data was really, really poor, but he was just finishing everything. Matoma's data's actually improved a little bit, and now he's finishing nothing. So it's one of those difficult ones where we're trying to work out what Matoma's like baseline finishing level is, because people just kept telling me, but Matoma's just a brilliant finisher. Matoma will just finish chances, and I started to believe that. And then we've seen recently maybe that's not the case. You need kind of quite a big sample size to decide if someone is like an elite finisher or not. All of that to say, I still think Matoma's probably the best Brighton asset to start. I can't get to Shaw with 4.7 in the bank. How about Dallo? I think Dallow's fine for now, but we do have Malacia, and there's always a chance Luke Shaw goes into left back. I actually think Lindelof is probably the most nailed defender outside of Shaw and obviously De Gea. But yeah, at the moment, it doesn't look like... It looks like Lindelof and Shaw are our favoured centre-back pairing. It looks like then it will be probably most of the time Dallo left back, Wan-Bissaka right back. But of course, there is the option to go Dallo right back and Malacia left back, or Wan-Bissaka right back and Malacia left back. So I don't know. It's a bit difficult. And I suppose even Lindelof isn't fully now. But I think I'd probably go Lindelof if I was looking for a Man United defender. He's actually okay for bonus points as well. Alex says, trying to make up points. I've done Alvarez and Son. I like it. They're two players that if they go big, they'll go big, big. So I like it a lot. Son's been improving slowly in recent weeks, and Alvarez has a high ceiling. The only issue, I suppose, is if Haaland starts this week, which looks likely, if KDB also starts, I don't think they'll. I don't think they've done it before. Maybe they've done it once. I don't think they tend to get KDB, Haaland, and Alvarez into a team. Would you start Solanke or Gabriel Jesus? Oh, that's a tough one. Oh, Solanke's got the much better fixture. I think I'd go Solanke. Unless you think there'll be tons of goals in the Arsenal-Newcastle game, which, to be fair, I probably do. I would probably still go Solanke. Solanke's on pens, nailed for 90. Much better fixture against one of the worst teams in the league at the moment in Chelsea. So, yeah, I'd probably go Solanke. Isn't Varane potentially back versus Wolves? Yes, but I hope that we don't rush him back. I'm hoping, to be honest, that he barely features for the rest of the season. I think we can hopefully get the job done for top 4, and it's just not worth it. So, yes, he might be back, but I'm hoping he won't be rushed back in. But yeah, I suppose then there's the chance, if it is Varane and Lindelof, then we could chuck Shaw back in at left back. I suppose it could potentially be that Varane goes in for Lindelof, but I think it makes more sense to do, although Varane and Lindelof as a pairing, if you remember post-World Cup, game week 17, 18, 19, and maybe 20, we played Varane and Luke Shaw next to each other, and they were absolutely brilliant. They kept like 3 or 4 clean sheets in a row. So, is Luke Shaw a must-own player? No, I don't think so. He's not got much attacking threat at centre-back, but he's good for bonus points. But Manchester United they're struggling a little bit at the moment, so I wouldn't be too stressed about trying to get Shaw in. That's not to say he's not a good option, by the way. I think he's an excellent option. Grealish to Bruno, I have the money. If you have the money, I don't mind that, but I still feel like Grealish is a good option if he starts, especially against Leeds. I would expect City to beat Leeds 4 or 5-0, if I had to predict. So I like Grealish if he starts. If Grealish doesn't start, then of course Grealish to Bruno is a nice move, yeah. What's your favourite Pringles flavour? Probably Texas barbecue. Chat, what's your favourite Pringles flavour? Texas barbecue's goated Pringles. I've got to say. Watkins to get Botman, Trent for a -4. I have Isak. I don't understand that question. Watkins to who to get Botman to Trent for a -4? You saying who to downgrade him? If you can get Solanke. Solanke's the only good cheap strike. In Cisco could be decent. I don't actually know what his price is. Yeah, it'll be Solanke. Solanke's still got decent fixtures for the final 4. Start Isak and Wilson 1 week early against Arsenal. Yeah, I think Newcastle will score, to be honest. Lots of shouts for sour cream and chive Pringles. Sour cream and chive Pringles. Yeah, they're decent. They're decent. Confusion between Isak and Solanke with 7 million in the bank. Oh, it's Isak for me. If it's Isak or Solanke to bring in, I'd go Isak. But if you need a cheaper striker, I like Solanke. And Cisco's 4.6 million. Oof. And Cisco. Am I pronouncing it wrong? Why is everyone... I think I'm being judged. Anyway, Brighton striker. Great. 4.6 is cheap. It's just whether you think he'll continue to start, because obviously they've got Welbeck. They've got... Oh, definitely can't pronounce that name. Bunanote. And March and Matoma and McAllister and all of these players. So I don't know if Cisco will continue to start. Wilson or Isak to replace Jota? Should we have a look at that? Let me put a poll in the chat. Start a poll. By the way, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Next week, I'm going to do an in-depth comparison between all the Brighton and Newcastle assets. So I know that doesn't help this week, but for 36, because they both double, I'm going to look at Isak versus Wilson. I'll look at like Botman versus Cher. I'll look at all of the Brighton assets. So make sure to subscribe, because next week there'll be loads of stuff around Brighton and Newcastle assets. I know technically the answer is both to this question, but let's say that you can't have both. I've just run a poll. Who do you prefer, Isak and Wilson? Like I said, I know a lot of people will be both, but let's say you have double Newcastle defence, or you don't have another striker spot spare. Who do you prefer out of Isak and Wilson? I'd love to know. I'm just going to quickly, we'll jump over to Hub. And let's just, I'll zoom in one. There we go. Let's have a look at Isak versus Wilson for their data. Again, I'm going to do this in more detail next week. Why is Isak not coming up when I do that? There you go. Yeah, I'll do it next week in more detail, but just a quick glance for those that are making the move this week. Key stats. We'll go game week 17 onwards. And we'll obviously go per 90. So if we're looking at their data per 90, they've both got really good data, to be fair. Wilson's definitely coming out on top, but I want to look if that's non-penalty. Yeah, Wilson's the one, really, isn't he? If you look at non-penalty expected goals, which is, you can't see, it's this column here, 0.8 for Wilson, 0.48 for Isak. So Wilson's almost got double the non-penalty expected goals of Isak. And they've played a similar amount of minutes as well. I genuinely do think it's Wilson. Expected assists, they're identical pretty much. Yeah, it's Wilson. But I guess you need to take into account minutes as well. If you think Isak will get more minutes, then it's probably Isak. But if you think they're going to get similar amount of minutes, it's got to be Wilson when you look at those stats for me. Which is annoying because I have Isak. But yeah, I think Callum Wilson's the one. Sadly. I might have to, because I say sadly because I've got Trippier, Botman and Isak. I'm thinking I might have to do Botman to another defender and then Watkins to Wilson. Is it worth the double transfer? I don't know. If you are enjoying today's stream, by the way, there are 4,500 people here and only 295 likes. So please do drop a like if you're enjoying the stream. I would massively appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe as well. We are trying to hit 70,000 subscribers before the end of the season. And we are currently 1,700 away. So if you are enjoying the content, please do subscribe. If Grealish is starting, do I bench Matoma or March to Isak? Oh, I don't understand the question again. I assume you mean Matoma, March or Isak. I would probably just bench... I wouldn't bench Matoma. It would be March or Isak I would bench. That's up to you, to be honest. But yeah, if Grealish starts, I think you've got to start him, Jordan, just because it's such a good fixture. Again, by the way, this isn't to say that Isak's a bad option. Isak's data is exceptionally good. I've just like 0.8 expected goal involvement is really good. It's about 0.7 non-penalty expected goal involvement. That's really, really good for Isak, especially when he could be on penalties if Wilson isn't on the pitch. I just think that Wilson, if they're both starting, Wilson looks like the one to go from. Wilson's got consistently good data across previous seasons as well. We know that Wilson can score goals. So I just feel like the greater goal threat, the one that's more likely to haul, is probably Wilson. Ahmed says, hi Ross, I have Chilwell and Kepa with one free transfer. Okay. What do you think is the better option? Kepa to Edison, Alisson to Chilwell. Kepa to Edison, Alisson, or Chilwell to Diaz, Stones, or Van Dijk. Also, who do you think I should bench, Isak or March? I think you've got to... I think I would start March, because if I was to predict... If you told me either Brighton or Newcastle score 4 or 5 goals, I'd predict it's Brighton this week, so I think I would start March. I wouldn't get Edison. I probably wouldn't bother with Alisson. So probably Chilwell to Stones is probably the direction that I would go in. Maybe Stones or Diaz. I would probably do Chilwell to a Man City defender. But obviously you run the risk there that they're not going to start. But I feel like we run the risk with Edison at the moment after he was benched. So MKA says, would you transfer out Solanke/Jesus to Wilson? Not this week, but maybe next week, yeah. I wouldn't bother with it this week, but in 36, I would be very tempted, yeah. Grealish/Jota, I've lost that super chat. Grealish/Jota to Diaz/Wilson, -4, I have Isak. No, I don't think Diaz will continue to start every game when he's just come back from injury. And I like Grealish and Jota. I don't mind Jota to Wilson. I don't think you've got to take the -4. Again, unless Grealish is leaked to be benched, then we can think about it. But for now, I don't think you need to take Grealish out. You have to remember as well, Grealish doubles next week. Man City have a double, so I would avoid, if possible, taking out players that double next week. Can you compare Trippier versus Shaw this week? Yeah, we can have a bit of a chat around that in a second. We'll look at the data. Yeah, I'll do that in 2 secs. Wilson said after Southampton that he should be in the starting 11, and Howe said in the Arsenal presser that his team selections aren't based around what people need. Yeah, I feel like he's got to come out and say that. He's got to look like he's in control. But Wilson's right. He should be starting every game, and so should Isak. Isak and Wilson should be starting together, so I wouldn't read too much into that, but it is interesting. Hey, Ross, when will we hear about Haaland news? So we've got an early leak already that Haaland starts. Again, it's up to you how much you want to trust that. That was... I don't know why I'm showing you the tweet. The tweet means nothing, but yeah. It's also completely and utterly... My Twitter's like broken now. So that's always fun. Yeah, again, if I get anything more definitive, I'll let you know. Team News and Ticks is the guy. If you want news that we know for a fact is real, but he's not going to share it until like 15 minutes before the deadline, and you run the risk of it breaking Twitter. But yeah, Team News and Ticks is the guy. If you want 100% news, he'll probably do it on his Instagram though, so you then have to follow him on Instagram. The issue is he's private on Instagram, so you have to request it. Anyway, if you stick on this stream, don't leave this stream. It's marketing 101. Don't leave the stream. I will share any team news I get with you. So there's no need to worry about that. By the way, how good does a 4-digit rank look finally above my head? It probably won't last for very long after this week, but it feels good to have a 4-digit rank back. Bench March or Watkins? I'd bench Watkins, which seems strange to say because he's great away from home, but I don't think Wolves will concede many, and I think Everton will. So for that reason, I think I would start March. He's also got a bit of a rest as well, and he looked really good when he came on, Solly March. Season's almost over, mate. Good luck. I know, 4 more deadlines. If you remove this one, we've only got 3 deadlines after this. I've really enjoyed it, though, especially these streams. These streams are the absolute highlight of my week, so thank you for being here. Tayfun Official says, is KDB starting? If you don't know, can you find out? I've asked the question. I don't know. If we get news around Alvarez or KDB, I think I can predict. Because if Haaland starts and KDB starts, Alvarez won't. If Haaland starts and and I don't know which way I've done that. Basically, all 3 won't start together. So we can hopefully piece it together even if we don't get specific news around KDB. But yeah, as soon as I get any early team news, I've asked the question. My source said, I've asked for more info, so we'll hopefully find out something before the deadline. That's all he said. So he said he'll let me know. The good thing is, the source that I have at City plays FPL. So as a result, it's good because he cares about getting it before the deadline as well. Because normally people that leak team news don't care about FPL because they don't play it, so they don't care when they leak it, which makes it a little bit more difficult to try and get the news. Tim says, I've got Mahrez, Grealish, and Haaland. If it's leaked one of my mids isn't starting and Alvarez is, would you do that City mid and Jota to Salah and Alvarez? Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I would do that. Yeah. But I've got a feeling, if I had to predict now, this is a prediction, right? Full caveat, I have not got team news here. This is a prediction. I would predict that it's probably Haaland, Foden, Mahrez as the front 3, and I think KDB will start. So my prediction would be Alvarez and Grealish don't start. That's a prediction. That's not news. Again, if I find out, I'll let you know. But yeah, it will be probably one off KDB and Alvarez. It won't be both. Unless Haaland is out. Unless Haaland isn't starting, and is benched, then they both could start. Darwin to Wilson or just start Isak? Thanks, Ross. I'll just start Isak. But next week, Darwin to Wilson looks decent. For sure. What's the plan if Grealish is benched? If Grealish is benched, I think I would just do McAllister in for Grealish. And then I would put Grealish second or third sub. I don't think all 3 will start, by the way. I know a lot of people are picking up on that. I don't know that, but in the past, they haven't tended to start KDB, Alvarez, and Haaland. Yeah, this is a tricky one. Chat, what do you think? Just let me know what you think. Just say, I guess, yes or no, or give me some reasoning. If Grealish is benched and Foden starts, Grealish to... Actually, can I afford that? I don't think I can afford that. Before I start chatting nonsense, I don't think I can afford that, can I? I think I'm just short. No, I can't afford that anyway. So I can't do that. I guess just answer the question for those that can. Grealish to Foden if Foden's rumoured to start. I could do Grealish to Mahrez if Mahrez is rumoured to start. But is that just causing me issues moving forward? The thing is, though, chat, the reason I'm thinking about this stuff, if I just go over to the way my team looks each week, I haven't set this up. I probably should have. In 36, let me just get my team sorted. One sec. I need to quickly reply to these super chats. Yeah, March did look red hot, Daniel. I agree. I agree. Grealish and Isak for Kane and Calvin Phillips for a -4. Yep. I assume you're bringing in Grealish and Isak. I don't mind that if Grealish is rumoured to start, but we might want to wait on that one. Jamie says, morning, Ross. I really want to roll this week. Should I start, bench, or sell Jota for Isak? Have Grealish and Haaland starts to worry about too. I would just probably bench for Isak. I know you've got Grealish issues as well. As long as you've got another decent sub like a Trippier or Botman, I would probably do that. I feel like transfers next week might be more valuable, would be my initial thought. Right. So if I... Yeah, so if I just show you what's going on. This is the team. If I make no transfers this week, this is the team for next week. I could just get away with benching Mahrez next week. If Mahrez is rumoured to start and Grealish is rumoured to be on the bench, I could just bench Mahrez next week if I don't think he's going to start. Again, and then I could roll a transfer in 36. Going into 37, then I can bring Mahrez back in if I think he's going to start, or I could then potentially sell him for someone else. And the team, again, I'm just got benching headaches left, right, and centre. Like I have to bench Trippier against Leicester at home already. Like I don't need any transfers for the remainder of the season. So I wonder if Mahrez is rumoured to start, or Grealish is rumoured to be benched and we think Mahrez might start. Is Grealish to Mahrez a decent shout against Leeds, who are leaking goals? Potentially. But then at the same time, like I said, I could just start McAllister, which isn't an issue at all. Like, he's on pens, really good fixture himself. Maybe I just bench Grealish and start McAllister. I'll run a poll in a second to see whether you prefer the Mahrez switch. If Grealish starts, then we're all good. I've just got a bad feeling about Grealish. Again, that is, I feel like I've got to keep caveating this. That isn't early team news. That's just a gut feeling that I think Grealish might be benched. If I don't see the Wahil soon, the Wahil will come out soon, don't you worry. Do I start Erdegaard over March or Matoma? Do I start Erdegaard over March or Matoma? No, I wouldn't. He has looked very good again recently, but no, I probably wouldn't. Chat, does anyone else have the Shaw versus Trippier issue? I'll run a poll for it. I don't know whether... I'm very tempted to just start Trippier. I'll run a poll. Who would you start? I'm asking who would you start, not who would you bench in this poll. Who would you start, Trippier or Shaw? Yeah, let me know in the chat. I think that Shaw's got a greater chance for a clean sheet. And so I've got to probably go in that direction. He's decent for bonus, but I suppose Trippier's got a slightly greater chance for a attacking return. But if you was to ask me what's more likely, a Man United clean sheet or a Trippier attacking return, I still think a Man United clean sheet slightly more likely. So what I wanted to do is, looking at the teams, I wanted to look at the defensive data. So Luke Shaw's playing away, isn't he? What's our defensive data like away from home? See, we're like a mid-table side away from home. And then if you look at home, Newcastle are third best in the league. What about West Ham's attacking form at home? See, West Ham are then, but then West Ham are quite bad at home for creating chances. And then what about Arsenal away? Away, XG. Arsenal are 4th. I still feel like Shaw's got the slightly greater chance for a clean sheet, but Trippier is the more attacking asset. So I guess it depends what you value there. For what it's worth, I think both are probably going to get 2 pointers or 1 pointers. My wife's taking a nap right now rather than watching this. I'm downloading divorce papers. I agree, mate. If your wife doesn't want to watch a Raptor stream, is she even your wife? Trent to Shaw and Ad Wilson for a -4. What are your thoughts? That rhymed. Trent to Shaw and Ad Wilson for a -4. Trent to Shaw seems crazy to me. So, no. And that answers your question. Ad Wilson, I don't mind bringing in Wilson, but I wouldn't be selling Trent. I don't know why you would want to sell Trent. Bench 1, Fernandez, Watkins, March, Matoma, Isak. Watkins or Isak. Depends who you think will score less goals, Newcastle or Villa. I feel like there's less goals in that Villa game, probably. I'd be tempted to bench Watkins. But I suppose Isak's minutes are less secure. Watkins is going to play 90. Watkins is on penalties. Maybe Isak. I would find it very, very difficult. That's why I'm starting both. But yeah, it would be between them. I wouldn't bench your Brighton assets this week. I say that with a Brighton asset on my bench, but because he's playing very defensive. March and Matoma, I wouldn't be benching this week. My wife is watching the coronation instead of this. It seems crazy to me. You need to get your wives in check. Like, what is this behavior? If anyone's partner is watching the coronation rather than this stream, terrible. Terrible. Someone said to me yesterday, are you streaming during the coronation? And I said, yes. And they said, is that disrespectful? And I was like, is it? I don't know. At least you can say, you know, when they say, like, oh, where were you, Dad, during the coronation? You can say, I was watching an FPL Raptor live stream. I'll be in your memories forever. I need a 4.5 million Henry replacement till the end of the season. Should we have a look at the fixtures? Let's have a look at the fixtures. Fixture analyzer. Then if we go for the remainder of the season, defence. So the best defensive fixtures apparently are for Man United, then Brighton, then Man City, then Newcastle, then Palace. Yeah, if you can get away with not maybe playing them this week, like a Gay here and Anderson could be a good shout because they've then got Bournemouth, Fulham, Forest. Spurs actually have decent fixtures, but I'm not sure about that. Probably either Lindelof or a Palace defender, I suppose, but neither of those strike me as particularly interesting. The coronation being on at the same time as your stream is disrespectful. Can you imagine I put in a complaint about the timing of the coronation? Right, chat, I think it's time for the Wahil to come out. I need to... I forgot to get it up. Let me find it. All right. I'm going to drag you over here. I'm going to drag you over here. Cool. Right. This was from last week. I think the will was right again last week, by the way. I'm pretty sure it's right every week, but... First decision. Do we start Shaw or do we start Trippier? As always, it's a best of 3 or first to 2. Are we ready? The will is always right. I would never doubt the will. Take off your top in respect to the king. Just spin it around above my head. Would you start Charles or Camilla this week? It's a good question. Maybe we'll ask the will. Maybe we'll ask the Will. Go. No comment. Just best of 3, first of 2. Say no more, chat. Chat, say no more. The wheel's never wrong. The wheel's never wrong. Chat, don't blame me. I'm not in. People say it's rigged. It's definitely not rigged. The wheel's never wrong. Trippier goes in. That was outrageous. That was convincing as well. There was nothing. It was like dead in the center of Trippier both times. Tony out for Isak. I don't hate that, although Tony against Liverpool isn't terrible. The Will was right last week. Trippier 2 points, Martinelli 1 point. Rubbish regardless. It was rubbish regardless, but proof. To be fair, Trippier got double the points of Martinelli pickle. So there's that. You don't look happy about the benching Shaw, Ross. I don't, but we have to do what the Will says. Let's just say hypothetically, I don't trust the Will though. Just gonna put that back for now. We'll see how we feel. You know. Would you play Raya over Kepa for the saves? No, I would still back Kepa. I would still back Kepa. Have you got any more early teamings? Let me check my DMs. Okay. I've got a bit of news, but it's not worth sharing. It's like really minimal stuff. No, I don't think I'm going to get anything else by the sounds of it then. Maybe. We'll see. Sorry for typing whilst I'm on stream. I'm just trying to get any more info. I just panicked that you could see my DMs then. Still confident. All right. I think we're all good. All right. No, it wasn't. It wasn't information around whether anyone starts. It was like detective work of this has happened, so this could be the case. I'm never going to share news like that. But yeah, it was funny. That's why it made me laugh, because it was like really like, you know, like when FPL managers look on Twitter and they're like, this person's wearing a bib, so it means this person isn't starting. It was like that. So it just made me laugh. What is King Charles's XGI? It's good. It's positive. Big Sam is going to stop City, maybe. Can you imagine if after all of this, Haaland plays, gets 90 and blanks? He doesn't blank, to be fair. The robot never blanks. No, honestly, the only news that I've been given is around Haaland. But team news and Tix is going to get early team news. He thinks around kind of 1:15 we'll get it. Mings or Trippier? I think I'd go Mings. Got some attacking threat, but also a much higher chance for a clean sheet. What's the news around Haaland? There's a leak that Haaland starts, is the news we've got. I don't know how reliable that is. Well, I do. I think it's reliable, but I don't want to. I don't want to be overconfident on how reliable it is. So we'll see. Would you rather have Mahrez than Grealish this week? If Mahrez starts, I'd always rather have Mahrez than Grealish. The issue is that Mahrez's minutes have been quite difficult to predict, and Grealish has been a lot more nailed. I'm still traumatized from the last game week, by the way. You should be, to be fair. You were very unlucky. The unluckiest pickle in the world. What do you think KDB to Salah? Yeah, I don't mind that. Although I would wait, because if KDB starts, KDB against Leeds could be an absolute goal fest. Or an assist fest, I guess, for KDB. What do you think about De Gea for this week and until the end of the season? Yeah, I think he's one of the best keepers. Probably the best keeper, to be honest. Just the combination of he's got 5 fixtures rather than 4. And the fixtures that he's got are pretty good. And Man United's data isn't terrible. And he makes a lot of saves. So, yeah. I mean, he's kept the most clean sheets in the Premier League this season, David. He almost kept another one again in game week 35, 34. I'm getting so confused with my game weeks. Anything on Jota? I don't think so. Let me have a little look on Twitter if I can find anything. But no, I haven't seen anything on Jota. I'll be entirely honest. My prediction, without seeing anything, is that I don't think Jota will start. He might get minutes. In which case, if you've got a decent alternative, maybe just play the alternative. But I haven't seen anything definitive on Jota. Like, if you think Jota's much better than your other options and you want to risk it, then go for it. I don't see a massive issue with that. Sorry. I keep apologizing. I'm just it's for you guys. I'm just scouring Twitter trying to work out whether I can find you any information. Can't see anything yet. No, nothing from Team News and Ticks. I think, like I said, I think he gets his around. He'll get his information around 1, Team News and Ticks, and then he creates some kind of elaborate video and he'll post it at about 1:15. So I think, again, I will share that with you. If you don't follow him on Instagram, you won't see it, but I'll give you the information then. Thoughts on Maddison this week? I have him starting, but could be Foden if news he starts, or even Gibbs White. I like when Maddison starts, he's going to have the opportunity to get returns for you. So I don't hate it. I think there are definitely worse players to have. It's a decent fixture as well. I'd be happy with him. But yeah, if Foden starts, I can't get there from Grealish, which is annoying. But if I could, I would be very tempted. I love your channel. Which 3 out of the 4 would you start this week? Thank you very much, firstly. Isak, Watkins, March, Matoma. I would bench one of Isak and Watkins. Again, I wouldn't be benching your Brighton mids. I think this could be an absolute demolishing against Everton. I think you have to realise how good Brighton's numbers are. Like, they are creating so many chances every game. And Everton really still don't look very good. So, and it's at home at the Amex. I would back your Brighton mids above Isak and Watkins. Between Isak and Watkins, it's really up to you. That's just a 50-50, I think. Should I bench Alvarez for March? Probably not, unless we get news that Alvarez doesn't start. Because Alvarez's ceiling against Leeds at home, if he starts, is just outrageous. It's like so high. But are we going to get that news? I don't know. I'm hoping we do. Who's the early kickoff next week? Oh, it's Leeds Newcastle. I was going to say can try and get early City team news again next week. But yeah, Leeds Newcastle, we're not going to get anything there. What are your tips for getting babes? Oh, I've got unlimited tips. So much Riz. Outrageous amounts. I'll tell you after the deadline. Brighton, where are they finding these players? In terms of their recruitment, I don't know. Their recruitment is exceptionally good, isn't it? If that was the question, then yeah, Brighton's recruitment is just so good. Who is Team News and Ticks? What's his Instagram? His Instagram is, I think it's called Leaked Lineups, but I think it's private. So the issue that you'll find, leaked, is you have to request to follow him, and you might not be accepting this morning. Can you see that? Oh, there you go. Leaked Lineups. But like I said, if you just stick on the stream at 1 o'clock 1:15, I'll just be refreshing, and then I can just show you what he says. So it's not going to be it's not going to be like you won't get the information. You just might not be able to follow him. Daniel Meeks has just become a Rap Tier 2 member. Thank you very much, Daniel. I appreciate you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Why are you benching a penalty taker? I know, but just who would you start McAllister instead of, I guess is the question. If he was playing in the 10 role, then of course I would. Are you not watching the King's coronation? I was going to make a terrible joke about being the king then. No. I'll be entirely honest, I don't really care too much. I know, it's a terrible thing to say. Terrible. Outrageous. Do you have more Riz or hair? Definitely more Riz than hair, for sure. Do you think Gakpo starts? I would think so, but I don't know. I would guess yes. I would guess yes. I would guess yes, but I don't know. Has Raptor confirmed Haaland starting? I've not confirmed it, but that is the information that I have been given. Grealish or Mahrez? I don't. If you're asking who's going to start, I think it will be Mahrez and Foden on the wings. I don't know that. If they both start, I prefer Mahrez. Mahrez is always going to be a better option than someone like Grealish because he's so much more greedy and he goes for goal. So I would always prefer a Foden Mahrez to someone like a Grealish KDB because they're just so direct. Like as soon as Mahrez lifts his head, he's looking at how can he shoot, which is perfect for FPL. This is just such a Mahrez game for me. I feel like Mahrez could... I'll be honest, if we get news that Grealish doesn't start, I'll probably go for Mahrez. That's probably my plan at the moment. I think I've talked myself into it. Because I don't need Mahrez next week. And I've got free transfers for 37 if I need to use them. So, like, it can't really massively backfire. The only way it would backfire is if McAllister hauls on my bench. Because I suppose I would have gone for... I would have just started McAllister instead. But, yeah. McAllister to March, is that too sideways? It's not sideways because March is so much more attacking from open play. But McAllister is on pens and set pieces and he's nailed for 90 minutes most weeks. So I suppose it feels a little bit sideways in that sense. But I don't know. It's not an easy one. It's not an easy one. How many people have subscribed today? Not many at all. If you're enjoying today's stream, please do subscribe to the channel and drop a like on the video stream. I would appreciate it. Mainly subscribe. If you're only going to do one of those things, subscribe. But if you're going to do both, like as well. Jay says, hello. Hello, Jay. Who do I bench out of Watkins, Isak, Grealish, March, and Matoma? By the way, you're committing treason. PS, I don't care either. Just hope Haaland starts. I respect that. As I've said to a few people, I wouldn't be benching the Brighton assets. If Grealish starts, I wouldn't bench him. So let's say Grealish starts or we don't get news. It would be Watkins or Isak. And that is a 50-50 I just can't call. I probably slightly prefer the fixture for Isak just because it's at home. Actually, like I said, Wolves are really good at home defensively, so I don't think Villa will get tons of chances to score. But if they get an early goal, it changes everything. I don't know. It's an awkward one. It depends what you value, really. Watkins is nailed 90 minutes on penalties. Really good away. I feel like there are more goals in that Newcastle-Arsenal game, though. FPL Pickle says, you always say how good Watkins is away. I know he's fantastic away, which is the thing that's putting me... If it was anyone else, I would say bench him because, like I said, the data suggests that Wolves won't concede a lot. But Watkins does just tend to pop up with a goal or an assist away from home. So maybe go for him. I still have my wildcard. When do you think I should use it? I'm thinking the last game week. If your team's looking something similar to mine, yeah, use it in game week 38 as a free hit. I don't mind that tactic, by the way. Free hit 38, you're essentially getting an extra free hit this season. If your team's not looking something like mine, though... And let's say you don't have like triple City, triple Brighton, double Man United, because obviously those are the teams that double in 37, then maybe you could use it in Game Week 37 instead. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, just use it as a free hit. It's quite a nice idea. Max says, Jesus in for Tony. Play one of Estepinian or Moreno. Thanks for the great content, Ross. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Max. Jesus in for Tony. I feel like this isn't probably the week to do it against Newcastle away. But I do like the idea of having Jesus for the final 36, 37, 38. I do like Jesus. Play one of Estepinian or Moreno. Oh, that's a tough one as well. I'd probably go Moreno, slightly more attacking threat. Oh, I would want to play Estepinian and Moreno. I would try and find a way to get both in, but if I were to pick one, it'd be Moreno. And I don't mind Jesus, but I don't think you need to do it this week. Would be my answers to those. Start one of Tony or March. I have Matoma already. Oh, I'd start Solly March. Liverpool are a lot better at home. I think Brighton will score a few goals. I would start Solly March. What do you think about Alvarez? Will De Bruyne play? All of these questions. Let me check my DMs again. I haven't seen anything else. Yeah, probably won't get... Yeah, I can't see me getting too much more. Maybe. We'll see. It might be that I get a last minute something, but... Yeah, I can't see anything else. Like I said, team news and ticks in 45 minutes. So just stick with me for the next 45 minutes. Maybe it might be an hour. Do you know what? Just stick with me forever. Never leave. I'm going to stream for the rest of my life. No, stick with me for the next 45 minutes to an hour and we'll get the early team news together. 2 out of Martinelli, Wilson, Solanke, Watkins. Oh, that's a tough one. Solanke's got to start. I think Chelsea is so bad. And he's on pens and he plays 90 and his data's good. Oh, that is horrific, George. I could not bench 2 of those. I would bench Watkins and... I'd bench Watkins and Martinelli and I'd start Wilson and Solanke. But I don't feel comfortable with that at all. Matt says, all right, mate, I hope you're good. Would you start Ake or Trippier? I'd start Ake and hope that he starts, but I don't know. What would the predictors say? Let me have a look. Right, he's saying that. There are a few people that I trust with Man City predictions. Okay, the 2 people that I trust most with Man City predictions are both predicting Ake to be benched. So maybe I would start Trippier. Who do I bench? Isak, Watkins, Bruno, or March? I'm getting a lot of the same question. I definitely wouldn't bench Bruno. He's on fire at the moment. I wouldn't bench March because I think Brighton will score a few goals. It would be Isak or Watkins. Do you know what? I'm going to ask that question in the chat because so many people are asking it. Do you know what? We could ask the Will as well. We could get the Will involved. Who would you start? Again, this is the poll for who would start and not who would be benched. If you can only start one of these players, try not to be biased based on who you own. Try and genuinely think who is the better option. Is KDB to Salah good? If KDB doesn't start, then for sure. I don't get the Brighton mids argument versus you're benching McAllister. But McAllister's not playing as an attacker. He's playing in like a defensive midfield role. So that's the reason that McAllister's on the bench at the moment. But yeah, arguably the correct thing to do is probably for me to just play McAllister this week. I might regret having him on the bench. If Mahrez is confirmed to start, would you transfer out Grealish or another player? My options are Gakpo or McAllister. If Grealish is confirmed on the bench and Mahrez is confirmed to start, I would do Grealish to Mahrez probably. I think. You'll have to wait and see. I think I will do that though. Although, like I said, the option is just to bench Grealish and play McAllister. I will run a poll in a second to see what you guys think. Although I don't trust you. You led me astray recently, chat. You led me astray. You made me take that -4, and it cost me 17 points. If I was 17 points better off, I would be just inside the top, or close to the top 5k. I think I'd be just inside the top 5k. So it's your fault, you, that I'm not. Nothing like a content creator taking accountability for their decisions. Right, let's Isaac. Isaac. So the question is who to start, Isaac, Watkins. Let's do it. Okay. Okay. Eric Ten Hag, stop blaming chat. I will blame chat as much as I want to. Right, so it's 1-1. Whoever this spins on is the one to start. Hi, mate. Saka and Jota to Son and Solanke for a -4. Big fan. I don't mind that. Son's a big punt, but I don't dislike it at all. I would probably agree with the Will. I would probably start Isaac, but the Will says start Isaac as well. As Will. Next thing you'll be telling us to buy Edison. You should buy Edison. He's the best keeper in the league. A little bit of cheeky Will action there. Oh, God. The poll is basically 50-50. Watkins is winning the poll. 53%. Isaac on 47%. McAllister, Matoma, Gakpo start 2. I'd start Matoma and Gakpo. If Grealish is bench, would you start Solanke, Watkins, or bring in Mahrez or Foden? That's a tricky one, Emily, because I think Solanke and Watkins are both absolutely fine options. So probably the correct piece of advice is just to start Solanke or Watkins. But I mean, I'm in a similar position where McAllister's a fine option as well, but I would be very tempted by Mahrez. I'm just thinking he's got a big ceiling in a game against Leeds at home if he starts. So that was loud. So I think I would still be tempted by Mahrez. But out of the two, I think I prefer Solanke to Watkins. Captain Salah or Matoma if Haaland's benched. I think I would still go. I think I have like previous bias to Salah a little bit, but he is on penalties. He's nailed for 90 most weeks. The fixture's better for Matoma. I would go Salah. I just think he's a greater goal threat. But I don't think Haaland will be benched anyway. But if you do want to go elsewhere, then yeah, it'd probably be Salah for me. Is Chilwell better to start over Trippier? Yeah, I would probably start Chilwell over Trippier, probably. But I don't think either will keep a clean sheet. Chelsea can't keep a clean sheet, and I think it's a difficult game for Newcastle. Hi, mate. I have Jota. How to get in? I don't think Jota will start is my prediction, but I don't know that for a fact. If you're asking who to get in to replace him, it's probably Isaac or Wilson for the remainder of the season, to be honest. The super chat limit is £500, which means I can't send a £1,000 super chat towards a new camera on the last day of the season. It's easy, Marcus. You just send 2 £500 super chats. I'm joking. I would try and send the money back to whoever sent me £500. That would be outrageous. Membership milestone post above. Did you, Chris? Oh, I've just seen it, mate. 14 months. 14 months is a long time. This week's a headache. Bench Isak/Watkins/March. If Alvarez starts, would you be tempted for Watkins? If Alvarez starts, yep, I would be tempted. Out of those options, it probably would be Watkins that would be benched for me. But I don't mind benching any of them if you fancy it. But yeah, I would say bench Watkins and then maybe punt on Alvarez. Who would you start? March or Solanke? Any news on KDB so far? I would start... I might start Solanke ahead of March. I don't know. I think I think I would still maybe just about go March. Any news on KDB so far? Nothing yet. I don't know that we'll get anything until, I reckon about 1:15, 15 minutes before the deadline, we'll probably get news around Man City. So at about 1 p.m, or even now, as you're watching this, you can listen to me in the background. I don't care if you're not listening to me fully. I would just write down on a bit of paper or just make a note on your computer, like what is your plan if certain things happen? So if Haaland doesn't start, what's your plan? If Grealish doesn't start, what's your plan? If Mahrez does start, what's your plan? If Alvarez does, like it. So basically, because if I get news that Grealish doesn't start, I'll just be like, Mahrez, I think. But I'll work that out in the next 45 minutes. But it's nice to have that in place because what you don't want to be doing is faffing and thinking, can I afford this player? What if I do this transfer? So I would just have like a plan in place for what you want to do. Smells like yellow. It says bring in either Wilson or Isak for Jota. Who's the better option? Wilson is the better option, I think, but only if he gets a similar amount of minutes. If you think Isak gets significantly more minutes, then Isak is probably the better option. That doesn't help at all, I know. But there we are. Hello, mate. Have Grealish and Jota. If Grealish is bench, which would you prioritise? Or would you take it at -4? I want Isak/Wilson for next week anyway. I don't think Grealish is a priority sell. Especially with the double next week. Especially if he is benched this week. He's more likely, I suppose, to play in the future. I would say Jota's probably more of a priority sell than Grealish. So yeah, I would get probably Isak or Wilson in for Jota this week. Would be my priority, Jamie. What do you think about Danny Welbeck? I like Danny Welbeck a lot as an option. He should continue to start as well. What's his minutes been like recently? Let's have a look. I think he's been getting a decent amount of minutes, hasn't he, when he's fit, of course. Oh, actually, 1750. His minutes aren't great. His data is good when he plays, though. I don't mind him, but just be prepared for him to not get 90 minutes, I guess. Would you start Dalot or Shaw? Dallow's playing in a more attacking role, but Shaw is definitely going to start, and he's good for bonus. So I'd still probably start Luke Shaw. Start 2 of McAllister, March, and Alvarez looking hot, by the way. Thank you very much. I would start McAllister. I would start March and Alvarez probably. Unless we get news Alvarez is benched, then you can just start your 2 Brighton assets. Grealish for Eze, bringing Alvarez soon as the 3rd City. Yeah, I don't mind Eze actually. Like I said, Palace have some decent fixtures, so I don't mind Eze. But again, I keep repeating myself. I would only bring in and sell City assets once we find out the news, unless you want to take a risk. Because it might be that it's a shocking lineup that we weren't expecting. Like, it could be, for example, that Grealish and Mahrez are both benched, and it could be like Foden and Bernardo Silva on the wings. Like, we just don't know what's going to happen, so I would wait. I think it's annoying that I don't think we're going to get Mahrez confirmation. I think he might tell us that Grealish is benched. But like I said, there's a chance Bernardo Silva starts on the right wing. If that's the case, then if we don't get the Mahrez news, I'm not sure I'd be willing to take the risk. I think I would just start McAllister. Right, I'm going to run that poll. So basically, by the way, the poll on Watkins versus Isak is like 50-50. No one has a clue what they want to do. No one has a clue what they're doing. Right, start a poll. KDB to Salah or Grealish? It's definitely Salah. I think Salah's probably the better midfielder as well. The final 4 are really decent for Liverpool. Sorry, I'm just running I'm running a very complex poll just to help. Right, I'm running a poll. Oh, there's my camera gone. I'm running a poll. If Grealish is confirmed to be out, not out, but on the bench. So if Grealish is confirmed on the bench, do you prefer just starting McAllister and benching Grealish and rolling the transfer? Or do you think I should sell Grealish for Mahrez and attack? But this is assuming that we don't know if Mahrez is confirmed to start. Right? So let's say we don't get news on Mahrez, because it's a risk, like I said. Just because Grealish doesn't start doesn't mean Mahrez does start. Like the two things aren't necessarily directly linked. So yeah, I can't confirm just because Grealish isn't starting that Mahrez will be. I think he will, because I don't think Bernardo Silva on the right is fantastic. I suppose it could be Alvarez could start alongside KDB, but it's just unlikely. In that case, could you not just sell McAllister for March and start March? I could, but I still don't know that March is that much of a better option than McAllister. I think he is probably a better option at the moment because of how attacking he's playing. But I don't know that I would back him that much to make that move. I do like that McAllister's still on penalties and set pieces as well. Like, that is a massive advantage. Yeah, I know I'm missing. I'm just resetting my camera. I'll be back in like 30 seconds to a minute. You'll see my face again. Is Grealish confirmed out? No, Grealish might start. A lot of the predictors, and myself included, are predicting that Grealish will be benched. But that's a prediction. I haven't seen any definitive news on Grealish. Is it going to start? Nope, still needs bloody time to calm down. Start 2, Watkins, March, Grealish. March and Grealish, unless we get news Grealish is benched. Trippier or Tony? That's a good question. Trippier or Tony? I think I'd go Tony. Would you sell Solanke or Watkins to get Alvarez if he starts? I'd sell Watkins. Is Haaland benched? As far as I know, Haaland is going to start. As far as I know. Which City defenders are expected to start? Let me show you in 2 seconds. Let me just get this camera back on my face and then I'll show you. Yeah, if you have enough money to do Grealish to Foden, I would probably do that, to be honest. I just don't have enough money, so I would go for Mahrez instead. I'd be surprised if Foden doesn't start today. I think Foden's likely to start. So we've got Luke. No, what's his name on Twitter? I'll just type in Luke. There he is. Luke does Man City predictions, and he tends to be pretty good. His prediction is this. So Laporte, Diaz, Akanji, and he's predicting Stones to be benched. So he's back 4, but the 4 defenders is Laporte, Diaz, Akanji, Lewis. And then the other guy that does Man City team predictions is this guy. And he's predicting it to be Laporte, Diaz, Akanji, Stones. So very similar, but Stones versus Lewis. So we'll see. But both of them, again, Foden and Mahrez predicted to start there. And then if we go on to Luke's, we've got, I think, Foden and Mahrez again, right? So both of them predicting Foden and Mahrez to be the starting 2 strikers as well. The starting 2 wingers, I should say. That's predictions as well. Like, I don't know if that actually helps you at all, but they tend to be pretty decent. But again, trying to predict Pep is virtually impossible. Right. Bench Watkins or Grealish? I would bench. I would bench Watkins unless Grealish is confirmed on the bench. Then I would bench him. Basically, I would start your City attackers unless we get info that they're not starting. Because of all the games this week, it's the case in most weeks, to be fair, but of all the games this week, the one with the highest chance of being like 5 or 6-0 is going to be that City game. Like, if you look at City's results, let me show you. At home, they are outrageous against like weaker teams. So I'm just going to read out their home games. I'm going to highlight it as well. At home against Bournemouth, 4-0. At home against Palace, 4-2. At home against Forest, 6-0. At home against Man United, 6-3. At home against Southampton, 4-0. 3-1. Right, we've got a 2-1 here. They then lost against Brentford, which is shocking. They had a bit of a tough run, actually, didn't they, in this spell here? But then 4-0, 3-1. They beat Newcastle 2-0. 4-1 against Liverpool, 3-1 against Leicester, 4-1 against Arsenal, 3-0 against West Ham. Apart from this spell in the middle of the season where they just had a few tricky games, they put 4 or 5 goals past most teams at home, and it's Leeds. So, like, we're by all accounts, we're expecting it to be an absolute battering. So, if you can get a City attacker in alongside Haaland, then it makes sense to do so. It's why I wouldn't sell and bench your City assets unless we know they aren't playing. I'm third and 60 points behind my mini league leader. Salah to KDB punt. Oh, I just think Salah's a better option than KDB. But if KDB's confirmed to start today, I don't mind it. It means he's fit at least. So yeah, only do that if we get confirmation, I think. Big Sam. Everyone's saying Big Sam. Big Sam is not a miracle worker. He's a very good manager at tightening up at the back and making sure that the team don't concede too many goals. But we are still talking about one of the best teams to ever grace the Premier League. At home. With Haaland. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him still struggle. But yeah, it might be a bit of a new manager bounce for sure. If Grealish doesn't start, is it worth swapping him to Foden for a -4? I don't know about a -4. Maybe. Depends who your option on the bench is. If your option on the bench is a decent one, then probably not. But if you don't really like your option on the bench, then yeah, by all accounts, probably is. Big Sam ain't no raptor when it comes to football knowledge and skill. Not many people are. Not many people are. It's a blessing and a curse having this level of knowledge. All right. Do we have anything else? Nothing yet. I reckon about 20 minutes to half an hour we're going to get the team news. It's normally at 1:15 I would expect it, but it might be a little bit earlier today, hopefully. We'll see. Yeah, so it's going to be on Instagram, I think. I'll show you again the it will be this guy. Super chat above. Sorry, I've missed a couple of super chats. Pumpkinhead says, is it worth doing Raya to Edison this week? No, probably not. Probably not. Foden in for Saka / Madison / Gakpo. I like Saka, Madison, and Gakpo, to be fair, but maybe. But I do like Foden. I don't know that I desperately want to sell any of those three, though. Chris says, it's 3 points between myself and second place in my mini league. He has Alvarez. If he starts, do I get Alvarez as a defensive move? If Haaland doesn't start, who to captain? I feel like 3 points is too short of a gap to defend. If you're like 30, 40 points ahead, you can defend. When you're only 3 points ahead, you've not got enough of a lead to defend. So I feel like you make the best decisions for your team and you ignore that. If you think Alvarez is a good option, then get him in. But I wouldn't defend. I would just try and get as many points as you can. Because all you need is one of his different players to get a clean sheet, and all of a sudden you're then behind, and then you need to start going attacking again. So I would just try and play your own game when you're that close in the mini leagues. Has Big Sam ever beaten Ross in FPL? No, therefore Ross is better than Big Sam. Thank you, Frosty. I like the logic. My mid is KDB, Grealish, Matoma, March, Matoma, McAllister. Matoma's so good, he's there twice. I have Isak on the bench. I have money. Should I move Grealish to Foden regardless? I still like Grealish to Foden, but Isak's fine to come on. If you think, do you know what, I'd rather roll the transfer, assess next week, than just play Isak. It really depends how aggressive you want to get this week with your transfer. Like I said, the reason that I'm thinking about getting quite aggressive with it is because I don't need transfers the rest of the season. My team's good every single week. So like, I might as well use a transfer in a week where I feel like there's some upside to it. So 68% of you think I should just start McAllister, and 32% of you think I should sell Grealish for Mahrez. So the only way to make a good decision on this is to ask the wheel. This is if, like, the reason I'm hypothesizing is we're not going to get much time to think about this once we get the news. So let's say Grealish is benched. Start McAllister or sell Grealish for Mahrez. The wheel is feeling a little bit risky. I rate it. We'll go again. Interesting. No comment. No comment. Second in line to the throne, and now he's getting spun around in a FPL Raptor stream. Wait, who? Wait, what? What's happening? Who was on there? I don't know what I'm doing anymore. It's not rigged. Will De Bruyne start? He's noted as a muscle injury in yellow in FPL. I don't know, to be honest. We'll see. I've got a terrible feeling that the Haaland news is going to be wrong, and I'm going to get absolutely... If the Haaland news is wrong, I'm going to get absolutely battered by everyone. But, I mean, it's quite funny, really, isn't it? You win some, you lose some. A big Raptor. Big boy Raptor. Big Mac. Oh, I love McAllister. I'm such a fanboy of McAllister. I wish he was playing in the number 10 role still. Maybe I just play McAllister. I do love myself some McAllister. He is my boy, isn't he, really? Ortega to start, who says no? Oh, yeah, that's the other thing, chat, I need to think about. If Edison's on the bench, I think I'll do Edison to De Gea. I genuinely do. I think that'll be my move. And if... Oh, wait, this is interesting. So if Edison's on the bench... and I do Edison to De Gea, I'll probably actually start Trippier ahead of Shaw and bench Luke Shaw. So I'm just spreading the risk a little bit. What do we think about that? If Edison's benched, Edison to De Gea, and then start Trippier ahead of Shaw. Do we like that, yes or no? Are we ignoring Luis Diaz? He used to be an FPL monster. I just think there's too much rotation. He's only just come back from injury. Next season, he's 100% on my radar. He was so good. But for now, I'm a little bit more hesitant to bring him in. Cool. I think that's a decent plan. I think that's a decent plan. I'm going to do that. If Edison's benched, I'll do Edison to De Gea, and I'll do Trippier in for sure. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will start Shaw. I don't know. But I'll definitely do the move, I think. Because there's no point keeping Edison if we don't know if he's even going to start. I can't believe Edison got benched. Diaz was never an FPL monster. I beg to differ. One sec. Points. Was it game week 4? Oh my god, I've just lagged out my stream so bad. There you go. Look at the knowledge, the memory on me. 14 pointer from Luis Diaz. What do you mean he was never an FPL monster? 14 points he got me. That was the week I bought in Pascal Gross for an 11 pointer as well. What a start to the season it was. What a start to the season. No, Luis Diaz was really good, I thought, at the start of the season. God, I almost broke my stream then. That went really laggy. Edison to David De Gea and Grealish to Foden. Oh, no. Yeah, I've just realised I'd be able to afford Grealish to Foden if I do Edison to De Gea, wouldn't I? No, because that's for a hit. I think I'd rather just play McAllister. I don't think I want to take a hit to do Grealish to Foden. Would you bench Jota for Tony? Yeah, I'd probably just start Tony. Have you got any more team news? Not yet. No, I haven't got anything yet, sadly. Kepa to David De Gea for a free transfer. Yeah, that seems fairly okay with me. I mean, they've both got doubles next week, but De Gea's got a slightly better double. He's also got just a slightly stronger end to the season, and Manchester United are just a slightly better defence. So, yeah, I don't mind Kepa to De Gea. Is KDB in the squad? KDB is in the squad as far as I'm aware. The news that I've got is that he was with the team today. So, yeah, I'm almost certain KDB's in the squad. I just don't know if he's starting or not, sadly. When early team news, again, it'll be in 20 minutes. It'll be at 1:15. We'll get early team news. So just stick around on the stream for 20 minutes and I'll let you know as soon as I see it. I'll just be refreshing Instagram at 1:15 to find out the early team news. So I'll let you know. It's going to be an annoying... So if you're not aware, if you've not done this before, I'll show you the account again. He'll give us early team news, but it's normally an annoying video. He likes to just basically tease, which is fair enough. You know, he's got the news. He can do what he wants. It's this guy, leaked lineups. So I'm going to have to watch the video and then I'll share the information with you as soon as it comes through. All right, so about 1:15. Hi, Ross, looking cool in the black tee. Thank you. I'm normally in a black tee, to be fair. I don't always wear black tees on videos, so I feel like it looks a bit boring, but there we go. What's the news on Grealish and Edison? Again, nothing yet. Nothing yet, sadly. Hopefully we'll get something. Start 2 of Robertson, Wilson, Solanke, Akanji. Start 2 of Robertson, Wilson, Solanke, Akanji. I'd start Solanke and Wilson. Solanke and Wilson. Can you stream the video? I'm not logged into my Instagram on my computer. I need to do that at some point. Probably be easier. But no, I'll just watch it on my phone. It'll be quicker and easier. And I will let you know what it is. Start Solanke or Watkins? I think I would still go Solanke. Wilson or Isak? I think we agreed that if Wilson's on the pitch, Wilson's the better option. But Isak might be slightly safer for minutes at the moment. So it's a tough one. I still feel like if I was choosing fresh now, I would probably just about favour Wilson ahead of Isak. McAllister to March or save the transfer? It's a tough one. I think I would save the transfer, but I do probably prefer Solly March to McAllister at the moment. Thank you for being awesome. You are more than welcome, Abdullah. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Why are you going Luke Shaw? I feel like he's got a slightly higher chance for a clean sheet than Trippier at the moment, is my thoughts. Start McAllister or Tony, please. Probably McAllister. They're both on pens. Better fixture for McAllister. Tony's more attacking. I don't know. That's a close one. Maybe just about McAllister. I feel like McAllister could outscore Grealish. He absolutely could. However, if McAllister didn't score that last-minute penalty, I guarantee no one would be saying anything about McAllister being on my bench. He was subbed. He didn't start the first game, and he didn't do anything really in the second game. Scored a last-minute penalty, so now people are talking about him a lot more. But if he didn't score that, no one would be saying anything at all if he didn't score that penalty. Penalties are great, but I don't think penalties are enough. That isn't enough of a reason to start someone just because they're on penalties. They need to have something else as well. And at the moment, when he's playing in that defensive role, he doesn't necessarily have that. Would you sell Watkins for Isak this week? Thomas asks. No. Next week. It's too difficult to call this week, but next week, Isak is a much better option than Watkins. Would you bench Jota for Trippier/Havertz? I'd be tempted to start Havertz. Bournemouth are still pretty weak at the back. They're not bad going forward, but they do still concede chances. So I would be a little bit more tempted, yeah, to start Havertz there. What if Salah hadn't scored 2 penalties last game week? Also a good point. But Salah also had the opportunity. Actually, to be fair, in the first game, he didn't. Yeah, good point. He is playing in a more attacking role, though, at least. McAllister's just not getting in the positions to score goals. Take your hat off for the boys. That's the post-deadline thing. I start taking my clothes off post-deadline. About 15 minutes, we'll get it. Would you start John Stones? I don't know. It's really 50-50. A lot of the predictors are predicting Lewis to start, and then a lot are predicting John Stones to start. Depends who your other options are, really. If you've got no other brilliant options, then yeah, I don't hate it. But if you've got quite a few other good options, then maybe I would just bench Stones. The issue is he's not going to give us everything. So we want information around Haaland, KDB, Alvarez, Grealish, Mahrez, Foden, Ederson, Stones. We want the whole team. He's never given us the whole team. He'll give us news on Haaland, and he'll give us news probably on like KDB or Alvarez and maybe Grealish. I think that's all we'll get, sadly. If Grealish doesn't start, is it even worth selling for Mahrez, Foden in terms of long prospects, double game week? It might be a little bit short-sighted because Grealish is probably still more likely than the others to start both in 37. But you've only got 4 game weeks left now. So I feel like long-term prospects are less important. You attack the week in front of you a little bit. But I would want confirmation that Foden and Mahrez start. Like I said, just because Grealish doesn't mean that they both start. We could have Bernardo Silva on the wing. So maybe not. I'm still debating it in my head. He said he's going to get it at 20 past 1. That's going to crash the... I think that's going to be too late then, sadly. Yeah, 20 past 1. That's not going to happen. I think that's going to be way too late. I'll show you the tweet. That's the tweet. Right. What am I doing? Chat, I'm all over the place. I've got multiple tabs open. Right, let me go back. You there. Who sent me a message? Cool. If he knows it, why not just post it? Is it narcissism? It's maybe a bit of narcissism. It's just he wants to grow his socials and stuff. The more you build it up, the better. If he just tweeted it, yeah, you get a bit of traction. But if you tweet it and say, I'm going to give you news at 20 past 1, then loads of people start talking about it. Then you deliver the news at 20 past 1. It's just gaining social media following, which is important if you want to continue to grow your brand. So, like, I don't blame him at all. But, yeah, it would be nicer for us if he just told us. Oh, 20 past 1 is going to be... I genuinely think the servers will crash. I wouldn't wait. We will wait for it. We will wait for 20 past 1, but I wouldn't... I would get your team in a place where you're happy with now. I still have my wildcard left. What's a good team moving forward? Something similar to mine, to be fair. You're going to want triple United, triple City, triple Brighton, triple Newcastle. How many is that? Is that 15? That's your 15, isn't it? Yeah, that would be my 15. Triple Brighton, triple Liverpool, triple Newcastle, triple Man United, triple Man City. I think that's your 15 players. Maybe you want to just drop... Maybe you don't want to have keepers from both or something like that, but they would be the 5 teams that I would focus on players from. I'm not going to lie. I am slightly nervous that Haaland doesn't start and I'm going to get battered. But, you know, it is what it is. The servers won't crash, mark my words. I don't know. There's a lot of people waiting on this one. We'll see. Hopefully they've upgraded their servers recently. But should I sell Watkins for Solanke? I don't feel like that's a necessity, no. Watkins has been fine. Slightly better fixture for Solanke, but I still don't think I would rush that. Why don't they upgrade the servers? Well, they don't need to. People will still play the game regardless. They don't want to spend money on something that they don't need to spend it on. I think they did upgrade them. If you remember the big crash that we had when we had early Haaland news before, the week after that, there weren't any issues at all. So I do think they improved and upgraded, but I don't think they upgraded enough, which was annoying. Why is he doing it at 120? He's doing it to be that person. He loves it. He's openly said that before as well. He very much enjoys that no one... he very much enjoys that it makes us all panic and stuff like that. So, bit of a sadist, I suppose. If I didn't play FPL, I would understand the funny side. But because we all play FPL, it's not as funny, is it? Do you have info about Ake? I don't have info about anyone, to be honest. Apart from maybe Haaland, and I've shared that already. If I DM him saying I'm going to a funeral at 1:20, will he leak it? I don't think so, no. What's the Haaland info? The Haaland info was that he starts, but I don't know if that's confirmed or not. To be honest, the chat are just going to, sadly, it's a bit annoying, but the chat just will be spamming random stuff now, so I wouldn't listen to the chat. In the last 5 minutes, the chat have told me Haaland's injured, benched, not travelled, starting, and scoring a hat-trick. So there we go. Apparently, Melier has been dropped from Leeds, which I think makes Leeds weaker, but you could arguably say it makes him stronger if you think he's been struggling recently. It's up to you which way you want to go with it. Haaland is currently eating a croissant, maybe. I think that makes the City attackers even more ideal, to be fair. Because I think Melier's a good keeper. He's just, I mean, not been great this season, but I do think he's a good shot stopper. Which keeper would you suggest for the rest of the season in place of Raya? It'd be David De Gea for me, Laura. If you can't get David De Gea because you've got 3 Man United assets, Jason Steele is a good option. Yeah, it'd probably be De Gea or Jason Steele, just because they've got an extra fixture as well. Who's the best defender up 4.5 and under? I think we said probably Crystal Palace when you look at the fixtures. So a Palace defender would be probably first choice. Melia has been dropped, so Leeds are conceding 4 instead of 5. Why not Trippier over Shaw? I just think Shaw's got a slightly higher chance for a clean sheet, to be honest. By the way, if you are one of the 7,000 people watching, which is a lot of people, please do make sure you subscribe to the channel. I do a deadline stream every single week. There will be tons of content for the remainder of the season. So if you are enjoying the stream right now and you've not yet subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. It takes like 10 seconds. Just scroll down, subscribe, scroll back up. Nice and easy. Is Akanji starting? I think Akanji will start if I had to predict, but we don't know. We don't have any information on City yet. We'll get information on City in 12 minutes. But yeah, I would predict Akanji to start. Did you check City Extra's team? No, I can have a look. This is a prediction though, but sometimes I suppose they might get early team news. They've predicted Calvin Phillips to start. Their prediction. They're predicting Edison to start. They're predicting Grealish to start. They're predicting De Bruyne to be on the bench. It's a prediction. It's a prediction, but they've got Alvarez and Haaland and Grealish starting, which would be ideal for most FPL managers, unless you own KDB. But that's a prediction. That's not a leak. What happens in 12 minutes? We get early team news from a source that's been right every single time. So we basically will get some news. But again, it's not going to be the entire team. It's going to be, I reckon, Haaland, maybe Alvarez and KDB, and maybe Grealish. It will be 2 or 3 players, as it always is. Can you add a timer to the streams, Ross? Yeah, I looked into that. I need to find out the best way to do it. But yeah, maybe next season I'll get a streamer. I'll get a timer added to the streams, for sure. Love the stream. 2 questions. Pope or Raya, Tony or Chile? Pope and... Actually, Raya will make more saves. Raya and... I'd go Raya and Tony. Back Brentford to get a result. Why not? What's the name of your source? I can't tell you the name of my source. Ketchup. No, that's a terrible dad joke. Ignore me. Let's see if anyone else is... No, not got anything else yet. Start Edison or Jason Steele? Steele. Steele. Don't know how you pronounce it. I give up. Any info on Foden? No, we'll get City team news in 10 minutes. Who do I bench out of March, Grealish, and Isak? Probably at the moment Isak, but we'll see if we get any team news on it. Elise or Trippier to start. Oh, I'd be tempted by Elise. If Grealish is out, Foden 1 week punt or Bruno. If you can get to Bruno, I'd probably just move for Bruno. He's good this week and also good long term. Start De Gea or Kepa? De Gea for me. Kepa or Raya? Kepa or Raya? I'd still start Kepa. I'd back the fixture. I can't see Brentford keeping a clean sheet. Yes, Raya will make a lot of saves, but I do think there's a small chance that Chelsea could keep Bournemouth out. A very, very small chance, but I think it's possible. God, this is so tense. We've got just over 8 minutes. Just over 8 minutes till we get some news. By the way, when I go silent, it's just because I'm just checking. The only news that I've got is what I tweeted a few hours ago, which is that Haaland starts. I'll show you again. This is the only thing, and I shared it directly with you. God, I'm lagging. Jesus Christ, my internet's already going. Can you imagine the servers plus my internet? That I tweeted it. I tweeted it as pretty much as soon as I got it, which is Haaland starts. That's the only thing that I'm aware of. Why is everyone saying Haaland starts? Have we got news? Oh, Andy's tweeted, has he? There we go. Andy's confirmed Haaland starts, which is nice. Right, so we've pretty much got that confirmation then. Haaland starts. That's a weight, chat. I tell you, that's a weight off my shoulders. I was extremely nervous about that situation that I tweeted Haaland starts and it got picked up by that many people. But there we go. Hopefully, then I'm hoping that Team News and Ticks gives us KDB, Alvarez, Grealish stuff as well. The relief, chat. The relief. Foden or Mahrez? Let me know in the chat. Spam in the chat if Grealish doesn't start, would you prefer to move for Foden or Mahrez if you can afford both? Let me know in the chat. I prefer Foden, but I can't afford Foden, so I would have to go Mahrez if I went there. To be honest, I think I would just put McAllister in. I think I would just bench Grealish, put McAllister in, and probably not make the move unless we get confirmation that Mahrez starts. I would want to know for certain because I just don't want to take that risk otherwise. Most people saying, oh God, that's like a really close one, actually. A lot of people saying both. I feel like Mahrez is the greater goal threat, but Foden's Foden. I do love Foden. I do think the front three will be Haaland, Mahrez, and Foden. If I had to predict, that would be your front three, is those three. I don't think Grealish will start. But that's not early team news. That's just... That's just my prediction. By the way, if Haaland does start again, and that source that I've got now, that guy is incredibly accurate and very early as well. Like, he gets me news sometimes like 48 hours before it happens. So he's very good. If Alvarez starts, is he worth starting over March? Yes. Definitely. Alvarez is worth starting over pretty much anyone, to be honest. If he starts, of course. We've got 5 minutes until the early team news, by the way. Bring in Bruno Fernandes or Mahrez. I would bring in Bruno Fernandes. He's better long-term. Like, this week, maybe Mahrez is the slightly better option, but Bruno across the remainder of the season, I would love to have him in my team, to be honest. Start two of Watkins, Solanke, Bruno. I would go... Start two of Watkins, Solanke, Bruno. I would start Solanke and Bruno and bench Watkins. But again, I don't like the idea of benching Watkins particularly. Who to bench? Isak, Grealish, March, Matoma, Watkins. Who to bench? Isak, Grealish, March, Matoma, Watkins. I would bench Watkins... or Isak again. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I wouldn't be benching your Man City or Brighton attackers. So if you're giving me those options, I'm always going to lean Isak or Watkins as the bench player. We have got... Oh, God, my camera is lagging out as well. We have got just over 3 minutes until we get the team news. It looks very, very much, though, like I said, Haaland starts. We've known that for a few hours. So Haaland, I would feel fairly comfortable saying Haaland starts. It's just we're hoping on Ederson news, Grealish, KDB, Alvarez, maybe Foden and Mahrez as well. We're not going to get all of that, though. We'll only get a few players. If Alvarez starts, would you bench March or Isak? I'd bench Isak. Balotelli starts for Man City. Maybe. What about John Stones? John Stones is predicted by like 50% of predictors to start, and the other 50% are saying that he won't. If I had to predict, I would predict John Stones to start. But again, a lot of people are predicting that he won't, so take that as you want. Foden or Bruno? I still prefer Bruno for the season. For the last 4 game weeks, I prefer Bruno. For this week, I'm definitely preferring Man City midfielders. It's Man City against Leeds at home. Like I said, I would be shocked if Man City don't score 4 or 5. Despite whatever the leaks say, does it make sense? Despite what the leaks say, does it make sense for me to just sell Jota for Isak Wilson anyway before potential server issues? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I mean, you're not going to get any early team news around Jota anyway. I suppose that you might get early team news around your City assets. I mean, we'll find out in less than 3 minutes now. Hey, Ross, just woke up. Any team news? Haaland starts is the team news, but we don't have that like 100% confirmed, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. We heard that a few hours ago. We're just waiting on a little bit more team news. Let me get Instagram up and ready, and I will share it with you as soon as I get that info. I'm ready. I'm locked and loaded. I'm locked and loaded. By the way, we almost hit 10,000 people watching live, which is bloody ridiculous. So thank you for being here. Like I said, if you are enjoying the stream and you want these streams in the future and you want to watch more content, drop a like, make sure to subscribe as well. We do a deadline stream every single week. Every single week there's a deadline stream. Yeah, Haaland, I'm pretty sure Haaland starts. I'm pretty sure Haaland starts. No, don't chat. You're saying no Grealish, but we don't have that information yet, do we? Unless I missed something. We don't have that information yet. Well, we're going to find it out in 1 minute. In 1 minute, we're going to get a stupid video that we've got to spend about a minute or two watching, and then I'll let you know. Right, Andy said that Grealish isn't starting. Right, so Grealish not starting. I'm going to get ready now and just bench Grealish like that. And then I'll decide if I want to move for Mahrez or not. Right, that's the position. It looks like Grealish isn't starting, but we'll be able to confirm that in 2 seconds. We're going to do KDB now. I'm just waiting. I'm just refreshing the Twitter page. Salah or KDB? I probably prefer Salah. I probably prefer Salah myself. But if KDB starts, KDB is a great option. KDB news. We're getting. I'm hoping we're going to get KDB news. I'm just refreshing Instagram now, waiting for it. I don't know if he's going to put it on his story or if he's going to put it as like an actual post. Ederson or De Gea? I prefer De Gea, probably. This is tense, isn't it? Has he not posted it yet? Ederson starts, does he? I'm still waiting to see the post. I don't know why it's not loading unless he's just not posted it yet. I've never refreshed someone's Instagram this much. I feel like a fanboy. Is this what fans do with people's Instagrams that they love? Can you imagine if he just didn't do it? Yeah, apparently Grealish has been benched. So that's why Grealish is on my bench. So Grealish bench looks likely. We're just waiting for KDB, Alvarez, maybe Ederson stuff.
You all right, everyone? I asked a question on Twitter and loads of people said...
There we go.
With that in mind, Haaland starts. De Bruyne starts.
That's it. Okay, so some porn noises and De Bruyne starts. Done. De Bruyne starts. Go. Do with that what you will. Probably means Alvarez doesn't start. Demonetized. Can you imagine? Demonetized. Do you know what the things I do for you, stream? And we have 10,000 people watching. What a what a manic stream. De Bruyne starts. Haaland starts. Grealish benched probably means Alvarez is benched. We've got nothing on Edison. Go wild. Go wild. We don't have information on Foden and Mahrez, which is annoying. Do you know what? Fair play. The thing is, he knew that he knew that people would be watching on YouTube. That's pretty funny. So Edison says, oh, okay. Andy said Edison starts. Right. So full recap. Haaland starts. KDB starts. Edison starts. Grealish benched. We would probably predict Alvarez benched just because KDB and Haaland start, but we don't know that. There's nothing on any of the defenders, and there's nothing on Mahrez and Foden, sadly. Annoyingly. Oh, apparently Stones is dropped to the bench. Where did he say that? Was that at the end of the video? I was too busy listening to the... Let me turn it down. I didn't see Stones benched on the video, but hey-ho. Oh, apparently Stones is benched as well. Absolute chaos. Absolute chaos, chat. Do we need a recap again? So Haaland, KDB, Edison, start. Looks like Grealish bench, Stones benched. Maybe Alvarez benched. That's all I can give you. Nothing on... Doesn't look like there's anything on Foden and Mahrez. So I'm not going to make the move for Mahrez. The only way that I would have felt fully comfortable making the move for Mahrez is if I'd have known he's starting. So I'm just going to start McAllister and leave it like that. He trolled Harry real good, did he? Do you know what? I actually really respect it. It was pretty funny. I rate it quite highly. I had the volume all the way up so that you could hear it through the mic as well. What a nightmare. Right, chat, what are we doing then? Let me help you with your last minute questions. Mahrez starts. How do we know that? Andy says Mahrez starts. Okay, do we move for Mahrez then? No, I haven't seen anything on Mahrez. I don't know where you're seeing that. We don't have anything definitive. No, we don't have anything definitive on Alvarez. We think Alvarez probably doesn't start because KDB and Haaland starts. So because KDB and Haaland starts, we've not seen this. I don't think we've seen at any point this season all three of them starting. I would predict that Foden and Mahrez both start if Grealish is on the bench, but we'll see. I'm not going to make the move. I'm just going to play McAllister and roll. Keep it nice and simple. Let me just make sure my team has been saved. Let me just make doubly sure. By the way, the website still seems fine. I think it's because the news was Haaland start, so no one's really panicking. Everyone's just keeping their team as is. You've got just under 5 minutes until the deadline, by the way. I've jumped on Mahrez, but really wanted Foden. I think Foden's more likely to start. I think Foden's the slightly better asset. But yeah, if you can't afford him, I like Mahrez as well. Mahrez is fine as an option. I'm just going to get a screenshot of my team quick. Surely Foden is 99% if Grealish is benched. Yeah, Foden will start. Yeah. But I don't know about Mahrez is the issue. Because like I said, Bernardo Silva can play on the right. I guess they could play Alvarez on the right. I think they've done it once in his time at Man City. So I wouldn't feel fully comfortable going Mahrez. Lots of people are telling me that Andy said Mahrez starts, but I can't confirm that. Oh, no. The camera's gone at the worst point. We carry on streaming. What a manic stream. Best Man City defender, I can't afford Diaz. It's probably a Kanji. I'd say a Kanji. John Stones. I haven't seen anything on John Stones. People are saying that he's benched, but I don't know if that's lies. I haven't seen anything on John Stones myself. I haven't seen that on John Stones. Mahrez starts. Everyone's saying Mahrez starts. You could take the punt then if you want to. Shall I take the punt? Chat, shall I take the punt? I do think a lot of people are just guessing now with these team news. I think people are just randomly firing out tweets. Quick flash poll. Quick flash poll. Hi, Ross. Have a drink on me. Top man. Lots of love. Thank you very much. You're an absolute superstar. I will definitely have a drink on you. Should I sell Grealish for Mahrez? Quick flash poll. Chat, I said I wouldn't panic last minute, and here I am, panicking last minute. Quick flash poll. Go. There's a poll in the chat. Vote yes or no. It's only going to be up for like a minute. It's going to be up for like a minute. Is my camera going to work? Oh, get in the bin, camera. Get in the bin. 52% are saying yes, 48% are saying no. Oh, God, it's a 50-50 poll. Chat, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? It's got such high upside going for Mahrez. Chat, I've got 1 minute to decide. It's a 50-50 poll. Do you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. You can't even see my face panicking. You can't even see my face. Absolute panic written all over it. Do it. Everyone's saying do it now, but the poll's 50-50. I'm not 100% confident in the move. By the way, you've got just over 1 minute till the deadline. Make sure you get your own teams locked in as well, rather than just telling me to do crazy things with my team. Make sure you get them locked in. I'm happy starting McAllister, to be honest, and having 2 free transfers next week. Just over 1 minute to the deadline. Nah, I'm going to regret it. Oh, Mahrez is going to score a hat-trick. McAllister's going to start in defensive midfield, and I'm going to regret it. But, hey-ho. Can't have everything. Oh, I hate only having one Man City attacker for this game, though. I hate it. Nah, right, I've committed to not doing it. I've committed to not doing it. I've committed. Oh, God, the chaos. Less than a minute. It's too late. Just get your teams locked in. Yes, Haaland starts, KDB starts, Ederson starts. Apparently, Mahrez does. We don't know about Alvarez. Grealish is definitely benched. That's all we know. If you make the move for Mahrez or Foden, I wish you the best of luck. And I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I'm hoping for another McAllister penalty. I love seeing you panic. I don't appreciate that. Thank you very much. By the way, when the deadline goes, don't click off. We carry on streaming for another hour post deadline, so don't click off the deadline. Don't click off the stream. Carry on watching. Yeah, let me know in the chat. Did you bring in Foden or did you bring in Mahrez? I'm very jealous if you did either. Right, and that's us locked. We are locked in. Deadline is gone. Let me tweet my team. As always, get that team out on Twitter. Game week 35 team. Lock. Oh, God, chat, that was utter chaos at the end. My word. Time to tell Ross he's pretty. Thank you, Yelena. It is time to tell me I'm pretty. What did I do? Is it 35? Win game week 35. I've lost my mind. I've lost my marbles. Right. I can't believe when the Team News and Ticks noises came out, the sex noises, I was streaming to 10,500 people that listened to me. I'd like to see my face. I think I just laughed, but that was good. I'm going to have to send him a DM in a second. FPL Pickle, Haaland, Kane, and KDB praying it pays off. Your team's looking real good now. With KDB starting, you're laughing. I hope KDB does well for you because it was crap last week, to be honest. That was an absolute manic stream. Oh, I forgot to send you my tweet and to ask you to like it and tell me I'm pretty. 1 sec. It's a tradition. It is a tradition. Like this tweet and tell me I'm pretty. There you go. Right. I also want to tweet. I'll just let you see what I'm tweeting for 2 seconds. Then I'll jump into your questions as always. I spelled occasions wrong. There we go. Basically, that tweet is just to say "told you so" for everyone that was trying to fire abuse at me for not abuse, just shit for get. Oh, that was a swear word. Oh god, I'm definitely getting me demonetized. I'm swearing. I'm playing sex noises through the microphone. Oh, chat, I am feeling it. I'm hot. I'm sweaty. Coronation Day. I'm not even a monarchist, but meant I could open up a bottle of bubbly at midday. It'd be rude not to. There we go. There we go. Oh god, that let me message Team News and Ticks. I just messaged him and said I was streaming to loads of people when it came through. I think you need a timeout. Oh, I think I do. Could you take over the stream, please? My super chat, Ross. Oh, sorry. Did you super chat? What did you super chat? You've sent me your team. Yeah, really nice. I like the Matoma and March double up. It's pretty similar to my team, but you've got KDB instead of... Oh, you've got KDB and Salah. I don't know how you've managed to get KDB and Salah, but I like it. Please wear a pink cap next week. I've got a pink cap. I can go get my pink cap now if you want. I do actually have a pink cap. It's a bit of a weird colour pink, though. It looks more like a skin colour. So it just looks like an extension of me. Oh, chat, I feel physically exhausted. I'm watching you and the king. Second glass of champagne already. I like it. My Twitter's like broken today. It's not going well. Dating update. Oh, chat. I would love to give you a dating update, but I feel like I shouldn't. Maybe in the future. Would have been a bald cap if you weren't already. I could get a bald cap. You don't know. Maybe I've got lovely... You don't know. Under here, there might be long, luscious hair. Imagine one day I just take... Where's my camera? Why is my... Oh, that's really delayed. Imagine... There you go, that's better. Imagine that one day I just whip off my cap and I've just got lovely, long, luscious locks. How are you doing? I'm doing well, FPL Pickle. How are you? What a tease. What a tease. I'm not teasing. I just can't give you all of the fine details, you know. Got to keep some things private. You forgot to take my super chat, did I? I'm sorry. I tell you, it was a manic stream. You'll have to forgive me. I've never seen anything quite like it. Oh, I've just found it. Grealish to Mahrez, Jota to Isak -4, third in my mini league. Mahrez and Isak coming in looks nice. I'm really upset that I didn't make the Mahrez move, but well. What's the beef with Sonic the Hedgehog? Wait, what? What do you mean, what beef? Go to Turkey and get a hair transplant. You should go to Turkey and get a face transplant, Alex. How about how about that? How about that? No, I'm only joking. I'm sure you're beautiful, Alex. I don't want a hair transplant. I enjoy being bald. Tell us a joke. Oh, I don't really need joke. FPL needs a napter. I like that. I really do. I could do with a nap right now. Can you sum up the early team news? Haaland starts, KDB starts, Ederson starts, Mahrez starts. Grealish definitely doesn't. We don't think Alvarez does, but we don't know. And then a few people were saying Stones doesn't, but I'm not sure. Where's Vincent? Here he is. Who needs to date when you've got Vincent? I can tell you a joke, my FPL rank this year. That's really sad, but also true. Sorry, Frosty. You did well last year, though. Hands down, one of the best deadline streams. Really enjoyed it. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do my best. We're thinking of getting a cat. Can you name it, please? Vincent. Name your cat Vincent. And then every time you think of Vincent, you could just think of this face. Me and my black cactus. You're giving Kermit Courgette vibes by holding up like that. I love that so much. When he just goes, whoop. I'm gonna randomly throughout the stream just get Vincent to pop up in random spots. You're just gonna see his face. Oh, Vincent sends my face a really like weird color because the green screen tries to. Anyway, do you know what? I'm gonna stop. Oh no, I need to sneeze. Oh, I don't want to sneeze on stream. Check my tweet, Baldy. I don't know why I find it funny when people shout Baldy at me. What did you tweet, Baldy? I'm honestly, this is going to sound like a really big flex, but my notifications are really broken from today, so I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Let me try and. You can actually see it like lagging the fucking hell. No, it just does this show more, and then you show more, and then it doesn't really show you anymore. I don't know what I'm looking for. What's your name? Oh, do you know what? I give up. Sorry. Sorry. Let me pin this. Did you all say nice things to me about my team? Not pretty. I'm only joking. I would never do that to you. I would never do that to you, Frosty. Rosh, you really didn't appreciate that Sonic joke that was made. I don't get it. What was the joke? Explain it to me. Vincetta. Vincetta. Is it Vincetta or Vincetta? Is it like pancetta? Oh, I'm hungry. You could call a girl Vincent. You don't know. Or Vinny. Maybe just Vinny. Oh, Dr. Eggman. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not that clued in with Sonic. It's a bit embarrassing, really. I'm not that clued in. That timing for Frosty's tweet was pretty funny, wasn't it? Did you tell me I'm pretty? And then the first tweet is just not pretty. OnlyFans update. Yeah, sign up to my OnlyFans. OnlyFans.com/FPLRaptor. Just don't mind me. I'm just having a little cuddle with Vincent. Hey, Ross, your after chat looks like an after party. It gets worse. It gets worse. Don't you worry. Have you progressed with your date from last Wednesday, Ross? I can either confirm nor deny anything to do with my dating life. I'm sorry. But it's going well, I think. It's all you need to know. It's all you need to know. Don't you worry, your little cotton socks. Maybe we'll call the cat Ross. Call the cat Raptor. Why not? Yeah, Ross is a cute name. Or call it, like, Rosita. Oh, Harry's just sent... I'm going to have to turn the volume down. Harry's just sent in the chat. He didn't even get Harry that bad. Oh, Harry's face. Wait, let me... Harry's face. Oh, I'm not going to be able to spin my phone around when I'm holding it. Can you see that? He's not impressed at all. Oh, that was quite funny, to be fair. If you missed it, by the way, the early team news guy just posted like sex noises rather than what he wanted to say. Is this going to be a new meme? It probably is. Harry loves a good meme, doesn't he, of his face? Why do good girls like bad guys? Sorry, I don't know why that question made me laugh so much. I think the right girl doesn't like bad guys. If a girl likes a bad guy, then she's not the right girl. Like, who in their right mind wants to be with... I understand if you want to be with someone exciting, but good guys can be exciting. Sorry, not sorry. The replies made me laugh. Outrageous. Hey, Baldy. Hey, Jamie. I'm getting a little bit of my ADHD kicking in. I was like midway through sentences and I just stopped talking. I'm sorry. My wife likes me because I'm a nice fella. Exactly. The right girl for you will appreciate you being nice. You're a bit of a baddie, Raptor. I'm not a baddie. You're a baddie. Should we talk to Vincent? I'm just going to carry on talking in the stream and you'll be able to hear Vincent. That was terrible. That was absolutely terrifying. Vincent is a little bit scary sometimes. Ross is the baddest of them all. I was going to break out into song then. I am the baddest of them all. I'm a bad boy. Oh, God, that sounded like really like sus. What? WTF is going on? What do you mean WTF is going on? That's Vincent. Vincent talks. He repeats back to you what you say. No, why is everyone being mean to Vincent? No, Vincent's shy now. Don't... I think you've lost the plot. I lost the plot years ago. Where have you been? I've lost the plot a long time ago. You should clip that Vincent movement. A little bit sus, isn't it? I've also realised that I've got like my hand wrapped around Vincent. Like Ross has knocked out a granny. I can neither confirm nor deny that story. I might have knocked out a granny. You don't know. You don't know. Oh, by the way, chat, we are only... No, we hit 69,000 subscribers. Everyone spam 69 in the chat. We hit 69,000 subscribers. The best number of them all. What a day. We had 10,000 live viewers, 69,000 subscribers. So many big numbers. Oh, Frosty sent me my reaction to the noise. One sec. I don't know if you're going to hear the sound through my... You would hit the sound through my computer, but it's not going to come through loud. One sec. Frosty. What a legend. Discord. Oh, God, it's loud. It's just the look of acceptance on my face. Oh, God. There's me. It's... Oh, what have I done? Watching full video. No. What? I don't know what I'm doing. It's... Here it is. It's it's the roll of the eyes as well. Right, let me get back off of this. I'm just looking at my. Oh god, there's so many of me. Why is there so many Rosses? Back, back, back. Thank you for that, Frosty. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was. It was just accepting defeat. It already happened. Is this the late XX stream? It always is. No, Grealish is benched. Show us Harry's reaction. I can show you Harry's reaction. Let me turn down the volume though, because I don't want to repeatedly play. Oh, bless his cotton socks. I feel like he got Harry more than he got me, to be fair. So the thing is, though, my streams are already outrageous. Like, my streams are already sus. So, like, it's not a big deal for me. I think it's pretty funny. When are you getting married? Oh, I think I need to have a girlfriend before I get married, to be honest, but maybe someday soon. I will live stream from my wedding. Don't you worry. I won't live stream the wedding, but I will live stream from my wedding. Poor Harry looks like a rabbit in the headlights there. He does. He's not used to all this susness. Raptor streams are already for 18 plus. Exactly. Like we're used to it over here. Isn't Yelena your girlfriend? No, Yelena's not my girlfriend. Yelena has a boyfriend. I'm also kind of seeing someone. Yelena and I are both have got our own thing going on, romantically wise. We're best friends. We have been for 6 months. There's absolutely nothing going on between the two of us. I'm very hungry as well. Vincent punching the air hearing that. Oh, no, I'm like, I love Vincent, don't worry. But how old is Harry? Harry's like 2 years younger than me. I think Harry's 24 and I'm 26. By the way, how weird is that? That Harry and I are very similar ages. Harry could be 18 and I could be 40. So. Why is Focal playing Alvarez? He might know something that we don't. We'll find out in 10 minutes, I guess. Nearly 20 minutes after the deadline and I can still see your shirt on. I can't whip my shirt off on stream, chat. It would... Are you all swingers? Yes. All of us. It's an FPL thing. Raptor has a hot girl moderator policy. To be fair, quite a few of the mods are actually... Yeah. I say quite a few. There are attractive moderators. Ross says... Fellow Ross, I got scared and did a -8 for Raya to steal, Grealish to Mari, shot it to Isaac. This super chat is to help for when you get demonetized. Love you, fellow Ross. Thank you. I appreciate that, fellow Ross. Yeah, it's definitely getting demonetized. I don't know. Maybe not. I can just say it was me making that noise. I don't know. Alvarez starts confirmed. Wow. Oh, okay. Yeah, Alvarez starts. That's a first then. Alvarez, Haaland, and KDB all starting as a first. I'm a hot girl. I don't believe you, Calvin. Vincent clapping. I don't believe you. Marcus is a baddie. Marcus is off. Marcus is a baddie. Marcus is actually beautiful. I love Marcus. What we have in... I was going to say what we have in for lunch. We're approaching dinner. God, it feels weird that it's 2 p.m. already. Finally, the real stream has started. The thing we're all here for, really. KDB maybe to play as a narrow right winger. It will either be, yeah, KDB is like the Bruno Fernandes kind of esque role, like the Tadic kind of role, where playing on the right coming in. Or it means Mahrez doesn't start, but... Oh, apologies. I think Mahrez does, so... Continue the stream without the cap, mate. Your bald head looks like a moon. I'm all right. I'm keeping the cap on today. I'm so glad that the lighting has worked because it's not my normal lighting setup. So I'm glad that's worked well. If I was a hot girl, would you go out on a date with me? I'd go out on a date with you anyway, Marcus, and you're not a hot girl. So yes. Sing for the chat. I can't sing. I can't sing, I'm afraid. Sorry, I'm gonna put Marcus down. This isn't Marcus. I'm gonna put Vincent down because I'm just flopping him around on your screen. That sounds extra sus. Let me stop flopping my cactus around on the screen.
Again, this better not be 10 minutes because we've got less than that to the deadline. I can't even hear what he's saying.
Oh, there's Oscar's reaction. Sorry, I'm just getting sent these by Harry and Oscar. Oh, Oscar looks all embarrassed. I love Oscar. Oscar's so innocent. We've been preparing for that moment, chat. Don't worry. Why is your cactus black? My cactus is black because my green screen... Look, if you like the further you get towards the green screen, like he's exactly the same color as my green screen. So it just like, he's basically see-through. But then he's not. I don't know, it's a weird one. Do you have a big cactus, Ross? Chat. My cactus is adequate. Adequate. And by adequate, I mean tiny, okay? But you can't all have a whopping cactus. It's not about the size of the cactus. It's about how you use the cactus, okay? Blacktus. Vincent the Blacktus. Listen, chat. Proof. 3 inches is enough. I heard 2 inches is enough, but yeah, maybe 3 inches is what you need. Cactros. Cactros. Oh, I love Cactros. Yeah, I think I'm still saved in Yelena's phone as Cactros. 2 inches is not small, that's huge. Thank you. Adequate and tiny are conflicting statements. I would sound somewhere between tiny and adequate. It's it's about the motion in the ocean, not the size of the boat. Get your cactus out. Chat, I feel like I should... I need to stream on Twitch. I feel like on Twitch you have more freedom to get your cactus out. Tiny confirmed. You don't know. Yeah. You don't know. Ross's students watching this. Oh yeah, my students watch. I probably shouldn't talk about the size of my cactus. If you're a student, ignore this. Ignore it. Micro cactus. I wouldn't say micro cactus. You know. Have I come to the wrong place? I love people randomly rocking up to an FPL stream and I'm talking about the size of my cactus. You're really selling yourself well here, Ross. Do you need a coach so that you have more success in your dating? I think it's better to undersell yourself than oversell yourself. So listen, it's tiny. Best lecturer ever. Something like that. God. I apologize. What do you teach? Sports psychology. What are your thoughts on a girl? What do you look for? Clean sheets like Pope or a mess like Edison? I'm more of a clean sheet man myself. Clean sheet, 1 bonus point, 3 saves. Let's get an 8-pointer. FPL Pickle coming through with the... FPL Pickle just abusing me. Nice. What about Harry and Oscar and you doing a joint Game Week 38 deadline stream? It just doesn't make any sense. I'll be entirely honest. I would want it for my channel because I know it will be a big deadline stream. We all want to grow our own channels. Well, like, we love each other and we've got very, very good friendship, but it would be like we all want to stream on our own channels, so it doesn't make much sense. Interstellar was worth it. Oh, I'm glad someone watched. I really want to watch Interstellar. I think I'm just gonna have to do it soon. I like watching it with other people though, because I like seeing their face when they're watching it. It's really nice watching like your favorite film with someone and they enjoy it. It's always so exciting. Take your glasses off. I don't want to take my glasses off. It looks horrendous. Do you teach sports psychology? I do. It's true. It's true. The music for Interstellar is out of this world too. Emily, that's the main reason I like Interstellar. I genuinely love Interstellar, mainly for the music. So good. If you could walk, where would you go? Birmingham. Now, I don't understand the question. If I could walk, are you saying I can't walk? You don't know. No, I can walk. Are you saying if I could... I don't understand the question, I'll be honest. How did the bingo go today? I don't know, Calvin, have we hit bingo? Calvin would usually shout bingo, so I assume we haven't hit bingo yet. You must also like The Mandalorian. I haven't watched it. I can tell people are asking questions to try and get bingo. 1 to go. What overall position would you be happy with finishing this season? Top 10k, top 25k? I think it's got to be top 10k for me at this stage. I'm in the top 10k now. I've got a good team for the next 4. No Wehill today. We broke the Wehill out. We broke the Wehill out. Are you planning to travel? Where? So I'm in Amsterdam for a week, by the way. Let me, I don't know. Can I show you that? I don't know how to get that up. I don't know. Anyway, I'm in Amsterdam for the entirety of June. So I'm in Amsterdam from June 1st to June 30th. And then I'm hopefully planning on going to Italy end of July. Potentially looking at Lake Como. If not, it might just be like a city break to like Rome or Venice or something like that. But yeah, the plan is Amsterdam for a month in June and then end of July. End of July will be Italy. Can we go with you? I will be taking one of my viewers to me with Italy. That is a fact. So does that mean you're not playing Game Week 39? No, I'm not playing Game Week 39 this year. Do we need everyone to change top 10k to something larger next year? Is that going to be a conversation with the main FPL sites like Live FPL? Top 10k feels so small. Yeah, I think it should be top 50k. Probably. You get back on my birthday. I do, Yells. We need to go out start of July at some point. But yes, I do get back on your birthday. Yelena is born on the 30th of June. If anyone wants to wish her a happy birthday on the 30th of June. She turns... What do you turn this year? Is it 44 or 45, Yelena? No, I'm not taking Yelena. For goodness sake. Yelena has a boyfriend. I can't just steal Yelena to go on holiday. Oh, you turn 49. You look good for 49, Yels. You look good. I like that Meaden is repeatedly asking the same question. I'm pretty sure that would make it bingo. But I'll answer the question. Who is Yelena? Which I'm pretty sure will make bingo. Is just some old woman that does FPL videos. No, she's an FPL YouTuber. He's taking me. I haven't told my wife yet, though. I'd love to go on holiday with you, Frosty. That'd be fun. Oh, yeah, the City team news. Let's look at the team news. Team news. Man City. I feel like we know most of it anyway now. That is a weird old team. Haaland, Foden, Mahrez, and Alvarez all start. De Bruyne, Gundogan, Ake, Laporte, Akanji, Lewis. So Stones is on the bench. So I could have taken a Mahrez punt. I'm going to regret not bringing in a Mahrez there. I can feel it. Is there any other... Oh, Edison starts. Well, we knew that, though. Is there anyone else we wanted to look at? What other teams are at 3 p.m, chat? Is there any other teams that are interested? Stacked lineup. That is a stacked lineup, isn't it? I agree. Will you take me? My boyfriend won't mind. He loves you. I'll take you and your boyfriend, FPL Gas. There we go. That's the super attacking lineup from City. It is super. Who are the other 3 p.m. kickoffs? Chelsea, Bournemouth. I mean, do we actually care? Does anyone own any Chelsea assets still? I won't abuse Chelsea too much. Chilwell starts. Havertz starts. I don't think there's anything that shocking there. Kepa starts, of course. Yeah, I assume Big Dom Solanke starts. He's never benched, is he? I couldn't find him at first. Yeah, Solanke starts. Yeah, we knew Melier benched. We knew that. I think that's it, isn't it? Nothing that exciting. What am I doing? Why aren't you watching the coronation? Because I really just don't care. Sorry. Just don't. I'd much rather be sat here streaming, to be honest. Please check Mings. Mings will start. Mings is their captain, isn't he? Watkins starts, Mings starts, Moreno starts, Konsa starts. It's a pretty predictable lineup most of the time for Aston Villa. Have you, Oscar and Harry, met in real life? Yeah, we've met. I don't know how I'd find that picture. It's on my old phone. We all slept in a room together for a night or two. We had 3 single beds like lined up next to each other. Yeah, we've met. I've met Harry and Oscar probably 6 or 7 times in real life. It was pretty sus, to be fair. Who's the funniest? What, between myself, Oscar, and Harry? I'll let you. You've seen all of us. I'll let you decide that. No, there was nothing sus. There could have been, to be fair. No, we just sat there eating pizza at like 3 a.m. in bed. It was quite funny. Who has the biggest cactus? Don't know. Definitely not me. My baldy is the funniest. Thanks, chat. Oh, big stretch. Do you prefer Oscar or Harry? I don't have a preference. Did you spoon? Maybe. Why is my camera lagging that much? But it's like lagging smoothly. It's like doing like the Matrix. He begins with an O. O? Ross, you have to buy a new camera and a new transparent t-shirt. Is that so? Is that confirmed? So I'm just checking if anything else has been said on Twitter. Don't think so. You should branch out into children's TV. Do you think that'd be good? I think I'd have to be a little bit less sus if I was on children's TV, but Snog, marry, kill, Oscar, Harry, Yelena. Oh, God. I would marry Oscar, snog Harry, and kill Yelena. Facts. Sorry. Sorry, Yels. Shout out from Kenya, Ross. Big shout out, Mark. I appreciate you. If FPL upgrade their servers, will you upgrade your camera? Maybe. It's part of the charm of the stream. It's what you got to accept as well. We're just men, just innocent men. I still don't understand the context of that clip, but it's a funny clip. I'm struggling with my PhD. All I want is to one day have a smile on my face like you. Just smile through the pain and just realize that it doesn't matter. You'll get your PhD done, and it's much more important that you enjoy the next few years than stress over it. My boss / best friend is in the chat. Please, can you give him a hello, FPL Gatey? Hello, FPL Gatey. Oh, my camera. Get in the bin. Hello, FPL Gatey. Good to see you. Welcome. Hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy your stay. Do you organize your team by color intentionally? Yeah. I've got a little bit of like OCD with that sort of thing. So yes. Do you think you could get into the top 1K? Nah, no chance. I am. I'll let you know now. If you go to this site, it's updating at the moment, so it's not gonna. But you can't go to it now because it's just updating. But once it updates, if you go to this site, if you scroll right down to the bottom, because there's loads of information on this site, but if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, it will tell you how many points off the top 1K, 10K, 50K you are. But I'm quite a way off the top 1K. I'm something like 50 points. Top 5K is possible. Have you eaten breakfast? I have not, no. As I said, as I've said previously, I'm currently cutting and intermittent fasting, so I'm not eating a massive amount, to be fair. Raptor, do you think Leeds get a result? No. Ross, would you rather sit on a cactus and eat cake or sit on a cake and eat cactus? I mean, depending what you're into, sitting on a cactus and eating cake seems like a double win. Depending what you're into, of course. I'm not commenting. Sitting on a cake feels like there's not much fun to that. And eating a cactus feels like there's not much fun to that. So I feel like I would have to choose sit on a cactus and eat a cake. Sorry, Vincent. Vincent's horrified. Look at him. He doesn't know what to think about the whole situation. I love you, Raptor. I love you, Mishi. Thank you very much. Ross, did you watch the Death Note? No, I haven't had a chance to breathe. I've been so busy recently. I've just been flat out. So no, probably over the summer I'll have a chance. Would you rather have breakfast, lunch, or dinner if you could only have one every day? Lunch is my favorite. I'll just have a massive lunch at like 2 p.m. You are oversharing, Ross. No. There's no such thing as oversharing. Don't know what you mean. This was your room. What have you sent me, Frosty? Oh, cool. Let me whip that up. How on earth did you find that? You're a genius. I wasn't even trying to attempt to find that. Here we go, chat. This was how Harry, Oscar, and I slept. Oh, why is it lagging that much? I was in the middle. Middle boy. Any ideas for home working job for my wife? She needs a new job. Does she want to edit my videos, Marcus? Maybe I could pay her to moderate the streams. Harry with his size 25 shoes. Yeah, look at the size of Harry's shoes. Maybe Harry's got a massive cactus. They are pretty big feet. Please add a countdown timer for the deadline in your stream next time. Yeah, I need to get that done. Pay your moderators. There's an idea. No. I like all the moderators start piping up when I say pay the moderators. I don't earn enough for that, chat. Maybe each year I'll take a moderator on holiday with me. So every year, a different moderator gets to come on holiday. How do we feel about that? Rather than actually paying you, because, you know, it's expensive stuff. What's that site again? What site? What site are you referring to? Oh, live FPL. It's just livefpl.net. Livefpl.net. Pay us in Riz. I can pay you in Riz. I can do that. Does the will decide who goes? No, I decide who goes. FPL Pickle. So be careful with what you say. Oh, that poll's still running. Let me end that poll. Ugh, apologies. What is your favourite FIFA of all time? FIFA 11. You're just going to pick a woman each year. You don't know, James. Maybe Marcus will be the one to come this year. Frosty or Calvin. What other male moderators do we have in here at the moment? I think we've currently got 6 moderators in the stream at the moment. You got any BTC? Is that Bitcoin or is BTC mean something else? BTC. I think it can only mean Bitcoin. No, I don't own any Bitcoin. Oh God, why is my... I need to work out what has happened to my computer today because it's just all lagging. Who copied who? Ali or Harry? Harry copied Ali. I was looking at holidays and they want to charge me a few months mortgage for my 3 kids' flights. It's extortion at the moment. Yeah, it is quite expensive, but not that expensive for 2 people, is it? What shoe polish do you use on your head? Outrageous. Calvin said, I'm originally from Thailand, so I'm basically 50% female if you want to. You've sold me there, Calvin. Relegation prediction, I'm leaving if you say Leicester. No, I don't think it'll be Leicester. Let me have a look at the Premier League table. Actually, do you know what? I can just get that up on... if I switch this over here, what can you see? Oh, God, why is it that far over? How about if I... No, that makes it so much worse. Oh, I hate the internet. How about if we go on Sky Sports? There we go. Right. So here's the Prem table. What are we thinking for relegation? I mean, Southampton are down, really, aren't they? Southampton are down. I think it probably looks like it will be Southampton, Everton, and then I'd be tempted to say Leeds. Southampton, Everton, Leeds, but Forest have a very good chance of going down, don't they? I'm a Man United fan, so I would like Leeds to go down because I don't like Leeds, and I also live in Nottingham, so I'd quite like Nottingham Forest to stay up. Are you going to wear a wig for the last stream of the season? I'm going to wear a suit for the last stream of the season. I might be doing a deadline stream with Yelena in GameWeek 36, and I might wear a blonde wig for that because that would be great. Two blonde gals just sitting there. But no, I do look good in a wig though. Don't ask me how I know that, but I know that. Would you rather ride a camel or a zebra into battle? I feel like a zebra is more powerful, but I feel like you've got more chance of staying on the camel. Chat, would you rather ride a zebra or a camel into battle? I'm going to go a zebra, and I'm just going to hang on for dear life. No, not ride a cactus. Oh, well, to be fair, Vincent's a saucy man, but no. Camels are vicious. I don't know, though. Zebras are pretty cool. Right, Max is outrageous with some of the comments. Max has just said to me, bear in mind Max has just asked me what shoe polish I use for my head. Max has just said, you have the best face for radio. Max, come on now. A camel is way stronger than a zebra. I feel like you're disrespecting zebras. Wait, let me find out how much a zebra weighs and how much a camel weighs. How much does the average zebra weigh? The average zebra weighs 400 kilos. How much does the average camel weigh? 400 kilos. They are very... Yelena, that is an excellent question. Camels and zebras weigh approximately the same. What about speed? How fast does a camel run? 65 kilometers for a camel. 65 kilometers for a zebra. This is a question. Oh, FPL Pickles just told me they both have the same speed. I should have looked at the chat. There's only one way to decide this. So the question is, who's the best to ride into battle on? A camel or a zebra? We'll do first to 3. What a question this is. Excellent content. Zebra. Camel. Right, there's one for the zebra. If you could be any animal, what would you be? I don't know. I quite like zebras. 2 for zebra. We're doing first to 3. Just join the stream. Like, don't worry. If you've just joined the stream, don't worry. Okay, Camel's got a vote. Right, Calvin's just said your mum. Do you know what? Get in the bin, Calvin. It's not rigged. Why do you keep saying it's rigged? How would I rig the wheel? Zebra wins 3-1. The answer to your question is a zebra would be the best to ride into battle. Socrates would be stumped. These questions are deep. They are, aren't they? The new wheels versus doors debate. Don't start the wheels versus doors debate again. It's a good question, but no one knows the answer. You'd be far too exposed on the hump of a camel in battle. That's true. Zebras have an insanely powerful kick on them as well. Also true. FPL Pickle coming through with the clever suggestions. I don't know if that would help in battle, though. Have I got like a bow and arrow? There's so many questions that I have here. I'll have to think about this. Max with the super chat says, it's out of love. You make my week when you upload. I appreciate that, Max. And it's all good. I find them very funny. But you're all good. Thank you, though. Oh, no. Raptor's stream is crazy again. The stream's crazy every week, to be fair. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck? 100 duck-sized horses. That would be difficult. You'd have to boot them, but that would probably hurt your foot. I would rather fight 1 horse-sized duck. And I'll just go, yes, that would be it. Might need to rebrand again to FPL Zebra. Facts, Rhiannon. Yeah, Rhiannon, FPL Zebra does suit you. FPL Zebra Facts. That's a bit long. I just think FPL Zebra. Maybe every month you should just rotate your FPL name. Being on the back of any beast exposes one in battle. If you want cover, use a tank. I feel like a tank wasn't an option, though. It was a zebra or a camel. But yeah. But you look pretty cool on the back of a beast. What are you doing when the season's over? I'm going to Amsterdam for a month. And relaxing. Not relaxing, I'll be working out there. But not having to record a video for a few weeks will be a nice break. It will. Nothing can top FPL Pickle. That's true. That's true. Would you rather fight 5 donkeys or 5 horses? 5 donkeys, I think. Horses are huge, aren't they? Claudette in a tank versus Ross on a zebra. You could ride a pickle. I mean, you could. I wouldn't, probably, personally. Maybe. Who knows? Are you going with Yelena? No, Yelena's not going. It's for work. It's for my PhD. I'm going out there to collect data for my PhD. So I'm going to be working 9 till 5, Monday to Friday. Giraffe is the answer. Giraffes are tall AF and have long legs. I don't know, though, because like all you need to do is just like bitch slap one of their legs and then they're game over. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about giraffe. Where are you staying in the dam? I don't know what the area is called. I don't want to... One sec. It's... What? I don't know. They don't like have area names, do they? It's just outside. I'm like 15-minute walk from like everything central, basically. What is your favorite obscure non-FPL YouTube channel? I don't know. Let me look through my subscriptions. It's not obscure. Harry Mack's the best non-FPL YouTube channel for me. I also like golf. I'm boring. I like watching... Oh, golf. Golf and fitness are the 2 YouTube genres that I watch the most. Oh god, I could sleep and eat simultaneously at the same time right now. "10 people in tanks or 1,000 people on pedal bikes with a pistol each." That was very plosive. People, pedal, pistol. I would go for 10 people in tanks. Ross is a dad now. Am I? I'd be a good dad. I don't know where that came from, though. What did I say that made that come up? Do you have a middle name? I do. David Michael. I've got 2 middle names. Ross David Michael Dowsett. That looks really weird. Daddy Raptor. Daddy Raptor indeed. That's Sir Daddy Raptor to you. Would you rather fight a grizzly bear or a lion? Oh, I mean, I'm losing either way. I'll go a lion because I feel like it'll be over quicker. You're a good daddy, that's for sure. Damn right I am. Oh, my brother's name. Indeed. David? Is it David or Michael? I'm trying to remember. David. Bingo. Wait, what was bingo? My middle name's Rupert. I've sued my parents over it. I don't like having middle names. Middle names seem rather pointless to me. There's no need for them. It just makes it longer to fill out forms. I love how you're worried about losing to a grizzly or a lion, but didn't flinch about 10 tanks or 1,000 pistols. Oh, no, I was answering those about... I think 10 tanks would beat 1,000 pistols. I wasn't answering about what I would rather fight. No, I think I misunderstood the question, clearly. I could not take on... I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Would you rather fight a human-sized snail or a slug? A snail. I'm ordering a McDonald's, may do the whole menu. I'm very tempted. I shouldn't. I really shouldn't have McDonald's. But there's something about a post-deadline stream Saturday McDonald's. It just feels like a tradition. So I might pig out on McDonald's. And again, I know I shouldn't. I know. Don't you worry. I also need a wee again. What a disaster. Chicken selects. You already know. I might also get like 20 nuggets. 20 nuggets, chicken selects, 2 portions of large chips, a banana milkshake. All of it. All of it in my mouth. That sounds sus. But I do want all of it in my mouth. I had KFC last night. Far superior to McDonald's. The chicken probably is, to be fair. I don't know. The chips from McDonald's are so much better than the chips from KFC and Burger King. The chips from McDonald's are the best chips. That's actually a fact as well. Like you can't disagree with that. I'm not even in your mini league. That's outrageous. Join the mini league then. SV1 QTQ. Here. Just around here. Would you rather eat Nando's or Indian every day? My favorite takeaway is Indian. However, I feel like Nando's I would be able to eat Nando's more because you can get like plain. I feel like Indian I would get sick of it every day. So I'll probably have to go Nando's, but I prefer. I fancy a Nando's tonight. I could have just the cheat day. I could have a cheat day. It's because I'm hungry. This is the thing. When I get hungry, I want to cheat. And by cheat, I don't mean infidelity. I mean food. Do you follow IPL? I don't, I'm afraid. Sorry. What's your template Indian order? Chicken tikka madras, pilau rice, some kind of naan bread to soak up the sauce, and like 3 or 4 poppadoms with mango chutney. I don't mind. So like, I got chicken tikka masala recently because I just didn't fancy anything spicy, but normally it's chicken tikka madras. How many people are in your mini league, Ross? I'm like 6,000. I think there's about 50,000 people in the mini league. Something like that. It could be more now. Sagaloo is awesome. It is. I'm not going to disagree with that. Oh my God, the appetite on this guy. I could eat, to be fair. I can eat for years. Ross is a polygamous man. I am about as polygamous as they come. That is true. I'm a very loyal man, of course. Try samosas. I love samosas. Chat, you're making me really hungry with all of this food talk. I'm not going to lie. A decent Tarka Dow. I haven't had a Tarka Dow. What's that? And some roti. Yeah, I like roti. Roti. Ross. Banana milkshake, big ick. You're a big ick, Jolly Pop. I don't like strawberry milkshakes, and I don't like chocolate milkshakes. I don't mind banana, and I don't mind vanilla. Thoughts on the Chinese takeaway beef? I would normally order chicken from any takeaway, to be honest, but I don't mind beef. Try biryani. I don't mind biryani. That's the one where the rice comes with it, isn't it? God, chat, I'm so hungry. Gonna just deep throat my mic for food. What's your mini league code? SV1QTQ. Singapore noodles is the most westernized non-Chinese dish, is all you need. I like Singapore noodles a lot. They're quite spicy as well, and I like that. Do you take your milkshake to the yard? Yes, absolutely. Have the effective ownerships come out then? Let me refresh live FPL. Oh, I can tell you how many points I am. I am 16 points off the top 5k. Let me show you this, actually. You won't be able to see that. I'm 50. You might be able to see that. I'm just chatting nonsense. Let me try. Oh, you can. You can see. So if you go to live FPL, it will give you loads of information. Let me get rid of that. Down. It will give you loads of information about ownerships and stuff. But if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, it will give you how far off the different ranks you are. So I'm currently 16 points off the top 5k. I'm 48 points off the top 1k. And I'm 161 points off first. And as you can see, I'm 25 points ahead of the top 25k. So unless I have an absolute stinker, I should finish somewhere between 25 and 5k. I'll finish somewhere in this bracket. I would just like to finish in the top 10k, to be honest. I'd be happy with that. You can also find out the biggest threats to your rank. I enjoy this. So these are the biggest threats to my rank. So 58% Trippier, 55% March, and then after that, it's just like not a lot. Like the only 2 threats to my rank each week at the moment, like big threats, is Trippier and March when I don't play Trippier. And then Bruno Fernandes is on there as well. Because like, I've got Estepinian, so I've got that covered. Kepa, maybe slightly highly owned than you would want. Grealish is on the bench anyway. Like, I really don't have many players that can batter my rank. I've got quite like a template team, I suppose. Which isn't an issue, necessarily, but... What spice level can you handle? I can handle quite spicy. Is it weird that my rank goal is 57,500? That's the top 0.5%. No, I like that. It's a good idea. It's a good idea to look at percentages rather than total rank, I think. Right, I'm going to probably call it there then. We've been going for over 3 hours. I'm starving, hungry, and yeah, what a manic stream. But thank you for being here as always. I was not expecting it to be quite that crazy, but there we are. The biggest stream of the season in terms of viewers watching at one time. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Best of luck for Game Week 35. Game Week 36 will be a good one because we've got a Newcastle and Brighton double. So make sure to tune in next week. I love you very much. Goodbye. Goodbye, Ross. Goodbye, Yelena. And I will see you all very soon. Bye, guys.